Welcome, Pewter Report readers, viewers, and listeners to a brand new edition of the Pewter Game Day Show. It is Bucs versus Bills, a huge matchup for each team that has a lot of importance in this game taking place in Buffalo. We're going to give play-by-play reactions and analysis for all of it. I'm your host, Matt Matera. Joined with me is my co-host on the Pewter Game Day Show, Daniel Morales. Daniel, great to see you, my man. How we doing? How we feeling about this game?
I'm excited. There's plenty of good football games this week, and we get the privilege of seeing one of the better games this week against the Buffalo Bills. I mean, I'm just excited for football, dude. This is going to be awesome. And the Buccaneers on the red uniforms. I'm really excited for this game.
Yeah, I can't wait. I mean, we're talking about when you think of great matchups, you think with the quarterbacks first. Josh Allen won the MVP last year. Baker Mayfield was in the MVP conversation earlier this season. In a little bit of a slump now, but still definitely a marquee name. So should be a pretty good matchup. Also want to say hello to everybody that is joining us this afternoon. We appreciate each and every one of you for joining us, including John Barlow and Ricky Camacho. I think we gave you guys a shout out earlier, but I've become Pewter Report YouTube channel members. So thank you so much for all of your support as we wait for this game to get started in Buffalo. Hello to Rolf Steinbauer, who says, "What up, Dan and Matt? Got the game on. We'll be watching along with y'all. Appreciate that so much." David Stackman says, "What up, Matty? What up, Danny? How you doing, David?" David Dozier says, "Checking in from Starkville, Mississippi. Tough loss against Missouri last night." Yeah, Mississippi State, they had a good run a couple of games earlier in the season, but has not checked out the past couple of weeks. But thank you for watching with us. Tom Wade 909 says, "Go Bucks." Carl Gajardo, "Let's go Bucks." Tom Wade, "Let's play mad." So it looks like the Bucks are going to get the ball first. The Bills are wearing, I don't know what the actual name of it is, but it's some type of like throwback uniform. Yeah. So the Bucks are wearing red for the second time this season, Daniel. I'm actually very happy about that because we haven't seen it too much.
I wish they would wear them more. And this is a game that it's cold. The temperature, it feels like 26. It's really windy. I want to see how that affects these two quarterbacks. Let's get started.
Kickoff goes into the end zone, and Cameron Johnson catches it in the end zone for a touchback. So will be good field position for the Bucs starting out. Remember, Bucs had a fantastic opening drive last week against the Patriots. Hopefully they can get off to that start again, but then maintain it throughout the rest of it. Let me update the score, which there is no score. Bucs 0, Bills 0. Scroll across. Okay. Heavy personnel setting. So Bucs run it with Rachaad White. Remember, Buffalo has the third worst run-stopping defense in the league. So when you add in the weather, the wind, and the Bills' inability to stop the run, could be a very busy day for Rachaad White, Sean Tucker, and company.
I want to see some more Sean Tucker. I think he's been, like we talked about last week, the more effective rusher on the ground. I know Rachaad White's going to start the game here, but I want to see, I'm sure Q's44 wants to see Sean Tucker pound the football here today.
Yeah, I want to see him. I want to see him get more rushing attempts than Rachaad White as the Bucs throw a screen pass to Emeka Egbuka. Heads up the field. Looks like he'll be a yard short. Cody P says, "Let's get it." Tanner James Goff saying, "Good morning from California." Thank you for rocking and rolling with this, Tanner. All the way over from the West Coast. Okay, 3rd and 1. Rachaad White stays on the field. Got two receivers to the left. They're going to run it with Rachaad, and he gets enough. That's a first down for Tampa Bay. Q's44 says, "Yes, pound the biscuit."
Pound the biscuit. And I want to see this Buccaneers offense be more efficient on third downs and in the red zone. Last year, we know they ranked first in the NFL, 51% on third down. This year, they ranked 24th. So there's been a huge fall, a huge drop-off. They need to be more efficient on third downs and into the red zone. And that's a good first start there on 3rd and 1.
By the way, another game we'll be paying attention to is Falcons-Panthers this afternoon, along with Giants-Packers, because, Jameis Winston, a very entertaining quarterback in the league. Rashad White heads up the middle. That's a 10-plus yard gain. Are you still playing Rashad White in fantasy, Daniel?
Oh, this year I haven't had time to play fantasy football.
That's right. Yes. My apologies. I was thinking.
No.
I think it was Bailey maybe had Rashad White. I did not start him today, but I'm rooting for Rashad White.
Good pull there also by Michael Jordan starting in place of Ben Bredeson.
Yes. Yeah, that's another storyline is Bucs have two backups at the guard position after Ben Bredeson injured his hamstring on the extra point of the first drive last week. All right, so a lot of 12 personnel. That's two tight ends early on in this game. Makes a lot of sense. We've yet to see Sean Tucker.
And I like it. Like we talked about, it's really windy out there. Baker Mayfield's been off at times with some overthrows. Keep this game on the ground, and really they're moving the chain. So this is what you want. And I do want to see some Sean Tucker out here. Let's see if he comes out. But
there he is.
Is he out there? There we go. We can call for him.
Yeah. Ask and you shall receive. 2nd and 8 for Tampa Bay. Baker moving around in the pocket, fires. It's caught by Sterling Shepard. They give him a half a yard. He had to come back to that one. Jameis Winston nearly threw an interception, but he did not, so it's all good.
The Jameis Winston experience, a roller coaster. You can get a 3-4 touchdown game or a 3-4 interception game.
Either way, it results in touchdowns. All right, crucial 3rd and 8 for the Bucs. Nothing is a gimme today with this win factor. Rashad White re-enters the game. Bills drop 4. Baker looking, throws over the middle. It is caught by Tez Johnson. Up. Oh, let's see. I mean, he was clearly down. They're saying incomplete pass. Tough drop by Tez Johnson. Might have to get a replay on this one. So he gets hit. I don't think that's going to stand, unfortunately.
No, that's incomplete, I think.
4th and 8, the Bucs are going to go for it. I like it. I like it a lot.
No risk and no biscuit early.
That and just, again, the field position game. Maybe the Bucs are, looks like Todd Bowles going to challenge the play. Which I don't hate it. Lets you talk it over, even if it doesn't work through. King Cook says, come on, Tez, got to catch it. Yeah, he probably should have just caught it. I mean, it was tough in between, that type of thing. Khalif Young does not like the challenge. Says it's a dumb challenge. Carl Gajardo says, well, at least it's in the first half. That's true. You don't want to waste your timeouts in the second half.
Matt, who did you take in this game? Because originally I took the Buffalo Bills, but after further thinking, I decided to flip my pick yesterday and go with the Buccaneers. Who did you take in this game?
Interesting. I took the Bills. I just think they're a really difficult team to beat at home. I know the Patriots did it a couple of weeks ago. And to me, it comes down to a couple of things. With Bucky Irving and Chris Godwin not playing, where does this offense get its production? Yes, Emeka Egbuka, but to me, if Baker Mayfield's going to continue to be in a slump, which he looks a little bit like he is, I don't know how this offense is going to put up. I know they scored 23 points last game, but if we're being realistic, there was a garbage time touchdown at the end when the game was done. So it was really 16 points. I just think Tampa Bay is going to continue to struggle on offense. I know things have not gone well for the Bills, but they're the most desperate team out of the two, just based on the Patriots winning again on Thursday. They got to keep in the race for the AFC East division. They have no ground to lose. So,
perfect.
That's why I took Buffalo.
And I want to see Kadon. He got more involved last week. I want to see Kadon get more involved in the offense this week. Emeka Buka and Kadon as your top two options. What do you guys think in the comments? Who are you guys taking? Of course, a little bit biased, right, in the chat. What are you guys taking this game? What's your score predictions?
MJRVI says, "Go Bucs from Puerto Rico, baby. Hell yeah." Shout out to you watching from Puerto Rico. I went to Puerto Rico in March. It was my first time there. Had a fantastic time. Would definitely go again.
Awesome.
CGB says, didn't the Bucs bring in some of the guide bowls in these decisions? I don't mind going for the challenge. Andrew believes that the Bucs are going to win.
Yeah, most people don't agree with this challenge, but yeah, I don't disagree with the call trying to challenge it there. I think they're going to lose it though. I don't think Tez Johnson had enough possession of the ball, of course. But again, it is in the first half, and if you lose a timeout, that's better than losing it in the second half.
Yeah, and you're essentially calling a timeout anyway to talk over this 4th and 8 type of play. So
if they're really committed to going for it.
Yeah, so they are going to punt it. So clearly they did not win the challenge. I'm trying to think if Bowles has challenged anything yet this season. There's so many like expedited reviews now. I feel like the challenge is getting more rare. Riley Dixon with a good punt. Cameron Johnson excellently catches the bounce. So the Bills will start with the ball at the 5-yard line. Job well done by the Bucs special teams.
I think that may also be Riley Dixon's best punt of the entire season. Pinning the back, the 5, it seems. Good job, Riley Dixon. And the Giants take the lead early over the Packers.
Yeah.
Wow.
Jameis. Let's go. I have the over in that game. Packers are really slipping, man. They've lost 2 in a row, including to the Panthers. Their offense has done nothing. It's Josh Allen. Oh, man. The Bucs sent Tyke Smith on a blitz. Ooh. Josh Allen had to get rid of it quickly. He goes incomplete, so.
The Bills' offensive line isn't bad, but these last 2 weeks, Josh Allen has been sacked 3 times in each of those games. I believe there hasn't been a single game where he hasn't been sacked at all. So there's going to be opportunities there, and Tyke Smith real close to get Josh Allen.
Nicola Legistina says, love being excited about punts. Gotta take the positives, you know. 2nd and 10 with 10:34 to go in the first quarter. Savasi, Dennis Blitz is right up the middle. They got Josh Allen. He gets rid of it. It's intercepted by Jacob Parrish. What a play. A terrible mistake by Josh Allen trying to avoid the safety, and it's a pick for Jacob Parrish.
Wow.
Holy smokes. What a start for Tampa Bay's defense.
Savasi just goes unblocked there. Has a free lane to the quarterback.
Excellent pressure by the Bucs defense. And Sean Tucker's in the game. They are in prime position to score, folks. Tucker gets the handoff. Burrows up the middle, gets about 2 yards. Wow. That pressure was everything. Hughes44 says, now pound it in. Michael LaRue says, Josh Allen has 8 turnovers in his last 5+ games. That's not good, but great for the Bucs. 2nd and goal. Let's see what Tampa Bay does. They're at about the 6-yard line. Got a Buka to the right, Ryan Miller to the left, along with Payne Durham and Cade Otton. Now Otton goes in motion. They're going to hand it off with Tucker again. Cuts to the left side. Can't really gain much, though.
So I talked about 3rd down efficiency and how the Buccaneers went from 1st last year, 24th. It's the same kind of drop in the red zone as well. They were 4th in the league last year in terms of red zone scoring percentage. Now they're 24th, so a 20 spot drop there. I mean, they need to seal the deal. The defense gave you a perfect opportunity to go score at the 6th, and you got to be able to bang this in, get a touchdown here. I want to see some creative play call. They come out in shotgun.
All right. Yeah, 3rd and goal. Baker and shotgun. Tez Johnson is alone to the left. You have a trips formation with Ibuka, Otten, and Shepard. Baker takes a snap, throws too high for Emeka Ibuka. See if the Bucs settle for 3 or decide to stay aggressive with 8:57 to go. What do you think? Would you go for it?
I'd go for it. Yep, right here. I mean, if you don't get it, the Buffalo Bills start at the 5.
You're exactly in the same situation you were just in, but looks like Chase McLaughlin is going to come on for the field goal.
The overthrows for Baker have been an issue. I don't know if you thought he was throwing to Mike Evans out there. Emeka Ibuka, right down the middle.
Pick us up, and it is good. Bucs take a 3-0 lead, capitalize somewhat on the mistake by Josh Allen. Great field position. Bucs Basement says Grizzard's goal line play calling is horrific. So it does appear we kind of got back to what we saw against the Saints of just a straight run right directly up the middle. At some point, you got to say it's not working. Let's try a different type of run concept.
No, I fully agree with you there. I mean, at least they got points, but of course you want the touchdown there. But points are points. You'll take it.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Appreciate everybody rocking and rolling with us this afternoon. Just an early reminder. I'll continue to remind everybody as the show goes on, but we're going to have a Pewter post-game show whenever this game is done, regardless of who wins. It'll be myself and Scott. We'll probably go around, probably around 4:30, 4:45, depending on when this game ends. So make sure you join us on Pewter Report TV. Bucs Basement, thank you for the $2 super chat. Says Mike McDaniel and Dayball will be available for offensive coordinator. Yeah, that is true. They will be available. By the way, Geist85, thank you for this super chat of $2. Says Grizzard is a fraud, man. I'm not ready to go that far just yet. Remember, there's ebbs and flows to every season. Right now, it's a little down. And I also feel like Dayball is probably going to end up back in Buffalo with Josh Allen. I mean, I'd want to work with Josh Allen.
I like the idea of Mike McDaniel. If Grizzard was to move on and become a head coach, I don't think that's going to happen, though. Yeah. I know Miami Dolphins, it's looked ugly this year at times. But I like Mike McDaniel. I think he's one of the smarter young minds, offensive minds in the league.
They won today, this morning as well. So
in Spain,
3-game winning streak.
Yeah. And also, real quick, Grizzard didn't overthrow the Emeka Ibuka shot there in the end zone.
Yeah.
He did call the 2 runs up the middle on 1st and 2nd down, but you can't blame that pass on Grizzard.
Yeah, I agree with you. Like, Ibuka was open. He just didn't make the throw. If you want to blame 1st and 2nd down, fine.
Yeah.
J King B TV says, why don't they run outside? I don't get it. That's the part I don't understand. And that's where I think you can criticize Josh Grizzard.
You've talked about before the toss during the Saints game, the toss outside to Rachaad White in the Seahawks game would result in a touchdown. I mean, but he decided to run the ball up the middle. Oh, my gosh.
Great return for Buffalo. Chris Braswell makes the touchdown saving tackle. So Buffalo is right in business. Once again, it's a whack-a-mole on special teams for the Bucs. You think they got it covered, and all of a sudden, back to square one. Good hustle by Chris Braswell. I know no one wants to hear that, but could have given up on the play. So it's been a game of field position early on between the Bucs interception and this great return by Buffalo.
You have Tyke Smith in the middle. This is a unique package. You got Levante David on the edge.
And right on cue, Tyke Smith with the tackle at the line of scrimmage on James Cook. Bucs defense, such an interesting performance last week. Too many splash plays allowed, especially the runs to Travion Henderson that sealed the deal. But outside of those big runs, they did not let the Patriots do anything running the football. But ultimately, that doesn't matter if you do allow the big plays. So that will be very important today. 2nd and 10 coming up with 8 minutes to go in the first quarter.
And the Bills, with their wide receiver room, they did a little shakeup. Keon Coleman missed a meeting on Friday, so he's bencher. He's a healthy scratch. McCole Hardman and Gabe Davis, they get the elevations. They're playing today. And they're also missing Dalton Kincaid, their tight end one. I think if you can stop James Cook III, who it's been extremely hard for any team to stop him. He has 920 rushing yards coming into his game. And Jamel Dean is
Bucs Mason, thanks for the $2 super chat. Says Dean got hurt to the shock of no one. He had been healthy this year too. But that means Benjamin Morrison's in the game. We obviously spoke a lot about him during the week, but that's a tough blow for Tampa Bay. 3rd and 4. We'll see if the Bucs can get off the field. Yaya Diaby gets in the middle. The ball's up in the air. Oh, it's incomplete.
Ooh.
Levante and Benjamin Morrison both attempting to dive after it. Looks like maybe Tyke Smith was able to break it up in the first place. He was. Tyke, to be honest with you, should have picked it. Also opportunities for Morrison and Levante. You got to think again with the wind, it's likely Buffalo goes for it on this 4th down. Allen looking, throws over the middle. It's caught. That's a first down. Man, looks like a bit of a squandered opportunity for Tampa Bay. Oh, man, Vita Vea just missed it too. All right, Buffalo's at the 23, we'll say. 1st and 10. They pitch it to the outside with Cook. Jacob Parrish having a standout game with the tackle for loss on top of that interception. Job well done by the rookie from Kansas State.
He's been I would say the perfect type of nickel for Todd Bowles' defense. I mean, he hasn't had many hiccups as well this season. Yeah, the interception earlier as well.
And remember, they did ask him to play outside corner as well earlier in the season when Morrison and some of the other corners were out. Man, fumble! Levante David forces a fumble. It's recovered by Buffalo. Man, what I was going to say is Servassier Dennis is getting these unreal blitzes right up the middle. That was probably more of a product of the screenplay itself. Ty Johnson fumbles. It was forced by Levante, but unfortunately it went right back to him. And the Bucs just had a chance at the line of scrimmage to knock it away or make the tackle, but they were unable to.
I don't want to jinx this defense, but they're flying around. They look like they're playing angry.
They are.
They look hyped.
They definitely have taken the message as Josh Allen runs for a first down. They have taken the message from Todd Bowles this week. And let's remember, Buffalo had the ball at the Bucs 30 on the kickoff, so can't really blame the defense. 4:40 to go in the first quarter. A very entertaining first quarter. Not the type of run defense you want on first down. That was Ty Johnson. They're going to keep Ty Johnson in the game. Second and 1. A slant over the middle. It is incomplete. Dropped by Gabe Davis. The Bills can technically still get a first down and not a touchdown. Yeah, I mean, Gabe Davis just has to catch that. All right, 3rd and 1. Probably, once again, a 2-down situation.
I agree.
Logan Hall enters the game as the Bucs get out of their nickel package. James Cook back in the game. I see a QB sneak coming from Josh Allen. Yep. And he gets pushed into the end zone, not even remotely close.
You caught it.
Yeah. Buffalo takes a 6-3 lead.
Look at the push generated by the offensive line. Even with Peter right there, it looked way too easy. You got a tied ball game now.
I feel like every extra point is going to be gigantic.
They take the leader.
Kick is up, and I guess it's good. That was very, very close. Bucks Basement, thank you for the $2 super chat. Says, yep, message received, Matt. 3-7, incoming 6-5. Hey, Buffalo's a good team.
Virgin Boy says this defense is soft. Dana Gomez, field goal was close. It was close. Tall Florida guy, 6'5", coming soon. Let's see how this thing plays out.
So I gotta say it, like, I do Pewter Picks and Props every week. One of the bets I'm going to make every single week is just the over on the passing yards for the opponent's quarterback against the Bucs defense. Like, even in games the Bucs win, they just allow tons and tons of passing yards. Like Mac Jones throwing for over 200 really comes to mind. And I know Josh Allen, they ran it at the end with the 9-yard run by Ty Johnson, and then Josh Allen kind of just like QB sneaks it. But I don't know. I just feel like as good as their corners are, they're not always set up in the best situation to get the job done.
Yeah, they're ranked 20th in yards allowed per game at 334 yards allowed per game. Yeah.
And I don't know if it's just an execution thing, if it's the defense up front not getting pressure. There's more than one factor going in, but it feels like every week quarterbacks just pop off against the Bucs.
My guy Julian, he says, we're still in this game. He lost a comment here. But yes, we still are in this game. This game is not anywhere near over. It's a 3-7 ball game. Let's see what the offense can generate here in this drive.
Yeah, I still expect it to be run heavy. I honestly wouldn't hate at this point, like when you're not in the red zone, have the Bucs go run, pass, run, or run, pass, or pass, run. I know typically in today's NFL we want to see more passes, but I still think the Bucs will be able to get the job done running the football. From the 20 to the 20, they can operate their offense how they want. It's the red zone where they've really, had a lot of their issues. But we'll see. I mean, the way the wind's going, this could be another kickoff where the Bucs start at the 35. A lot of unhappy fans in the chat right now, but we appreciate each and every one of you for watching. All right, they're going to have a chance to return this. Cameron Johnson takes the return, cuts it to the outside, gets around the 30.
Jay Kingby says there is no pass rush, lack of talent. I think they've actually generated a good amount with Sebastian Dennis with a few of his blitz and Tyke Smith. And
right. I mean, the first drive, the pass rush immediately resulted in an interception. So, yeah. JB Easy says the defense lacks the physical identity. No one fears this defense. We need physical leader like a Sapp or a Lynch type of player. It's a pitch to the outside to Sean Tucker. They finally go to the outside. Tucker gains about 4 yards on the play.
Call that when we get into the red zone. We're on the goal line.
Yeah, right? That's what I would like. JB Easy says, we are happy to be on with you guys. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Rux's review says, just feels like it's always hard for the Bucs offense. A little bit.
I mean, there's signs that, maybe Bucky comes back next week and he was able to practice in limited capacity.
Bucs go play action, and Sterling Shepard gets off the ground a little bit and makes the catch. The Bucs are at midfield. I will say, man, Baker does not look comfortable. His feet are moving around a lot. That one was high, too. He's not getting his feet set.
I was scared that ball was going to be too high, but it was just high enough for Sterling Shepard to come down with it. 1st and 10. Cole Bishop, he's been their star in that secondary.
Yeah, that he has.
He had an interception last week on Tua.
Bucs going pony package. It's a run to Sean Tucker, who bounces to the outside and gets about 6 yards. I love when they play the pony package. They need more of it. You have two skilled players with Rachaad White and Sean Tucker. Use them both.
Yeah, Stan Glassman said Bucky is not coming back next week. I'm not saying he will come back. There are signs that his return is sooner than, he's not going to be out this entire season. He practiced limited capacity. I know the shoulder is the bigger issue, or the ankle. They want to see if he can take hits on that shoulder. Maybe it's the Arizona Cardinals game where he comes back, but he'll be back soon.
Sean Tucker in again. Gets about 2 yards. So they are committing to the run game. As King Cook says, facts, Matt. More pony package. Yes. Windy game. Avoid the wind by running the football. I'd run it again. Maybe not directly up the middle behind Graham Barton, but I'd run it again. Bucs go shotgun. They do run it. They're running with Baker. Baker Mayfield. Why are you taking that hit? Just slide, man.
Ooh,
but
yeah.
Anyway, it's a first down. Love that play call by Josh Grizzard.
Yeah. Design QB run there. We haven't seen Baker Mayfield escape from the pocket the last few weeks.
Yes.
There he goes. Again, 3rd down is the money down. You have to convert the money down. They've come into this game 24th in the league, and they've been able to convert some here today. Got to keep it going there. Look at Baker. There we go. He has that moxie, that fire.
Maybe Baker needed that. Now he's going to sling one for a touchdown. You watch.
Yeah, we'll see.
Baker looking to throw. Dumps it off to Rachaad White. Makes the catch. Gets about 3-4 yards. So glorified run play, if you will.
And the Bills have 2 really talented edge rushers with Rousseau and Joey Bosa. But, I mean, in most cases, I'm going to take Wirfs and Gedeke over any.
Oh, yeah.
So I feel comfortable in this matchup here.
And running the ball lets you neutralize, obviously the edge rush.
Yep, they can't pin their ears back.
Bucs don't have to run a play, but again, with the field position, who moved? Who moved? They're calling offsides. Gotta love it. One ref immediately went to the offsides encroachment. Yep. All right. Good hard count by Baker Mayfield. Good job by Michael Jordan as well. Just bouncing right there. And that's going to be it for the first quarter. Bucs trail 7-3, but they are driving, trying to regain the lead. All right, Bucs fans, give us your thoughts after one quarter of play. What you like? We know what you don't like, but overall thoughts. Michael LaRue says, 2nd and short, got to convert this for a first down. JB Easy says, screen game loading with the laughing emoji. Constantinos Giorgio says, funny that we have the turnover and we are losing. Kind of true. Yeah. Daniel Gomez says, good, not great. Yeah, like I blame more of the special teams return than I do Tampa Bay's defense. But ultimately, you don't want to allow touchdowns. Geist85 says, Grizz, got to redeem himself. I'm so intrigued. If they get into the red, they're right on the cusp of the red zone, but red zone and 1st and goal from like the 10, that's really been the big issue for Tampa Bay over the last, I'd say, 2 to 3 games.
Yeah, they had a perfect opportunity starting at the 6 after that interception, and it ends in a field goal. You have to make sure you score touchdowns when you have the opportunity like that. And again, last year they had a 66.67 red zone scoring percentage. So 2/3 of the time that they got in the red zone, they would score touchdowns. And this year they dropped all the way down to 24. If that is a big issue, like you were talking about, and if they would have scored a touchdown, it would be a tie game right now, not a game where they're trailing.
Right. Luis Guerrero with a great reminder. Like the stream. That's right. Hit that like button. Please subscribe to Pewter Report TV as well. We'll have the Pewter post-game show after this. We have podcasts 4 times a week. Bonus show for Pewter Platinum and Premier members. We had a pregame show this morning. So B. Will says, Bucs are the only team without a tight end touchdown, Matt. I smell one this game. Eventually, they're going to have to.
So this is an interesting one because we know Kadon is in a contract year. I like Kadon, but he hasn't been utilized enough in the offense where I feel comfortable giving him, 10, 11. I forgot what Josh Capo projected his contract would be. But what do you think about that? He's a solid tight end, but he's just not utilized enough where I don't think the money would connect with that.
Yeah. I would offer him a deal that's probably more team friendly for the Bucs.
Yeah.
And if he can find something better, then definitely go for it. But I don't think tight end is going to be, it's certainly not number one priority going into the 2026 draft, but I could definitely see them replenishing that position through the draft. I like Devin Culp. Payne Durham is clearly just more of a blocker than a receiver. Yeah. I'd like them to use Culp more as Ted Johnson goes in motion. First play of the second quarter, Rachaad White's having a good day running the ball. Ooh, Jordan Love just went to the locker room for the Packers, so Malik Willis is in the game.
Uh-oh.
All right, first down for Tampa Bay. Red zone. This is a storyline now. Their struggles in the red zone is absolutely, it's been holding them back. Let's see how they respond this time around. Johnson goes in motion. It's an end around to Tez Johnson. And that's going to go backwards. So people wanted Tez Johnson to get involved. So we can't complain when he gets involved. It didn't work there. Michael LaRue said Bryce Young is out too. Ooh, that's pretty big. I also have the Falcons in a parlay. So never root for injury, but something to keep an eye on. Second and 14 now for Tampa Bay. Keist85 says, here we go again. Three seconds on the play clock. Baker looking, moves up in the pocket. Is he going to run? He's going to run and gets out of bounds. And doesn't take a hit. So, woohoo.
You see, as he's scrambling, he talked about it this week, he's scrambling with the idea that he might throw the ball. He keeps his eyes down the field. He doesn't see anything he likes. He just runs out of bounds. We could have hit Ted Johnson.
Yeah, it looked like Johnson was open.
And a Mecca.
Right.
Ooh, there was some missed opportunities there.
3rd and 8 for Tampa Bay. See what they have dialed up. White goes in motion. Got 3 receivers to the left. It's a inverted screen to Rachaad White. He's close. I think he got it. I don't like where this ref is standing. Well, the ref on the top of the screen. They had the blockers in front. Tess Johnson missed his block, but did a good job of not getting a block in the back penalty. Rachaad White having a good game. 4th and I thought he got the first down.
Yeah, I feel like he did as well. And Graham Barton there, he had a great block. But
yeah,
man, I would challenge this if I'm Todd Bowles.
The problem is he only has one more challenge.
Oh,
they are going to roll out with Baker, who's going to run, and he's in the end zone. Oh! All right, he's fine.
Okay.
Baker landed on his head, but touchdown, Tampa Bay. Bucs regain the lead on the Baker Mayfield rushing touchdown. Bucs take a 9-7 lead. We'll wait for the extra point.
Awkward landing, but it results in touchdown. And that wasn't a QB run, design run like we saw earlier. That was just Baker Mayfield rolling out to the right. Didn't see a Mecca open. Didn't see his receiver open. He decided to run for it. Scores a touchdown. Buccaneers take the lead, and Chase gets it. 10-7 ball game.
Baker Mayfield with a vintage, gritty Baker type of sequence of plays there. And yes, the Bucs regain the lead. They are up 10-7 in the second quarter.
Keys44 says the old Baker. That is the old
Yeah.
Baker.
Absolutely is.
Ken Cook ruled out pocket all day long. That's his game.
Yeah, I'm with it.
Yeah.
If they're going to keep players covered down the field, absolutely. Oh, man, Baker, that was that could have been gnarly, but thankfully he's all right. Baker is 5 of 7 in this game for 33 yards. Rachaad White leading the way, 26 rushing yards on 5 attempts. Sean Tucker also 5 attempts, but just 14. So I call for more rushing attempts from Sean Tucker, but it's been Rachaad White that's been the top guy today.
Yeah, I call for that as well. But you ride the hot hand, and you're going to keep riding Rachaad White until he shows you got to go to Tucker.
No, absolutely. Sterling Shepard leading the Bucs with 16 rushing yards, so that's pretty cool. Around the league, Minnesota leads over the Bears 3-0. Steelers are up 7-6 on the Bengals. Jaguars up 7-3 on the Chargers. Tennessee up 3-0 on Houston. Falcons and Panthers are tied at 7, although Atlanta is close to getting first and goal. Packers just tied it up. Well, extra point pending. Just tied it up against the G-Men. Got some cool games later as well. We got Rams Seahawks, which Bucs fans will be very interested in, coming up at 4:05. Also at 4:05, another game Bucs fans should be interested in: San Francisco against the Cardinals. The Bucs do play the Cardinals in 2 weeks. Ravens Browns, that's kind of lame, but Chiefs Broncos should be good. And the Sunday night game is pretty dope as well. It is Lions Eagles, so that'll be a fun one. All right, here comes the special teams carousel once again. Chris Genovese, I'll read this after the kickoff, because that was an issue for the Bucs, and it's not looking great right here. It's about to 33-34. But Chris Genovese says, I'm starting to think Baker called that play because we scored. Kyle Driver, thanks for the $5 super chat. Says, defense is great on first to third. Little adjustments, and this defense will be crazy. It does very much feel like the Bucs defense is always so close. And sometimes they'll make the play like Jacob Parrish, but then you see the near interception for Tyke Smith. That didn't work. And Illmatic says, our defense is good. People just hate. They can prove it on this drive. Josh Allen looking to throw deep. He does chuck it deep down the field. Just overthrown. Benjamin Morrison in there on the play. Remember, he's going to have to go if Jamel Dean does not return. I did not see Jamel Dean on this drive. Yeah, Mecole Hardman, who famously gave away the Jets playbook to the Chiefs when
if there's one game that I would like Benjamin Morrison to be in, like starting the entire game, it would be this Buffalo Bills game, where the wide receiver options for the Buffalo Bills aren't too great. They don't have a wide receiver one. They barely have a wide receiver two, I'd say. They were trying to make a trade before the deadline for Jalen Waddle, Rashid Shaheed. Mm-hmm. None of them. Here's James Cook.
And you also got to think, again, you don't want to look too far ahead, but Rams next week, we're talking Puka Nacua, arguably the best receiver in the league, and Devontae Adams, who has just been a machine the past couple of weeks, scoring touchdown after touchdown, with Matt Stafford scoring, throwing 4 to 5 touchdowns a game. Has been pretty absurd. But
that's going to be a challenge on Sunday Night Football. That's a Sunday Night Football game.
Yeah.
What a game that's going to be, too.
I know. I can't wait. And we'll be on the call for it. We've got 3rd and 6 coming up. See if the Bucs defense can get off the field. They bring one blitz. Allen throws over the middle. It is caught by Palmer. And that'll be a first down. I believe Morrison was in coverage.
Yep.
Just had a step ahead.
And a rookie quarterback, of course, they're going to have their struggles. They're going to have their ups and downs. You remember Zion's first year, his rookie year, didn't look too good. Couldn't tackle. But he's turned into a true, upper echelon. Not, I wouldn't say upper echelon, but a solid starting quarterback. They're going to have the ups and downs. One of the reasons why he's getting playing time, in previous weeks over Jamel Dean is just to give him some reps. But about a 6-yard James.
Like, the jury's not out on Benjamin Morrison. Yeah. You can't give up on him after one bad season. Atlanta took the lead against Carolina. Also, the Packers missed that extra point, so they are down 7-6. So I should not have said that they were tied. Second and 4 with 9:45 to go. Another run for James Cook. Bucs do a better job of cleaning this one up. They'll make it 3rd down. You got to think, I'll just keep saying it's probably a 2-down territory type of situation. Especially with how the Bucs have moved the ball. Daniel Gomez says Servase Dennis is playing a good game.
Yep.
Let's see who can make a play for Tampa Bay. They just get the snap. Just a 3-man pass rush. Allen's going to try to step up. Elijah Roberts was in pursuit. Now Allen's throwing deep for the end zone. He's got an open man. It is caught for the touchdown. Shavers. And who got beat deep? Benjamin Morrison, I think.
No, he did. And somehow Yaya Diaby was all the way in coverage as well in the end zone. Okay, so they're playing zone. It starts off as Yaya Diaby's assignment, and then Benjamin Morrison needs to play cleanup over the top. But
extra point is good. It is 14-10, Buffalo.
That's a mismatch all day. If I'm Josh Allen, if I see Yaya Diaby down the field 40 yards covering some guy, I'm throwing that ball.
Big time yikes, people. Big time yikes. The Bucs defense just does not have it. But we'll see what Tampa Bay's offense can do. Okay. Show us your anger, Bucs fans. Let's get to it. Cody P says, what the hell is Yaya doing in coverage?
Exactly.
Andrew says, Yaya, a corner now, LOL. Yaya in coverage, shaking my head. Tim Burton is laughing at Morrison, man. Put Vildor in. Sean Aguilar, defense sucks. Constantinos Giorgio says, what? Sorry, was that a 3-man rush? It technically was. Randy Douglas says, that's just more proof Tampa Bay won't win a Super Bowl. Or sorry, Todd Bowles won't win a Super Bowl as head coach. Castro says, Yaya, top DB. VS83, I kind of agree with this, says that looks like Sandlot stuff. Just Josh Allen running around. Furu Kawab, why the F was Yaya covering a deep route? Drew says, okay, Todd, been sticking up for you. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, and that's I wouldn't blame Diaby or Benjamin Morrison. That was on Todd Bowles. Right?
Yeah.
They're in a crucial third down situation, man.
Rich in the garage as defensive end 30 yards down the field. Oh, he's heading well. Oh, man. Landfill 50, 55. I should know. That's the Bucs Super Bowl when they won their second Super Bowl. Keep blitzing. I don't know why we're giving Josh this much time. Yeah, I mean, at this point, I think you just got to keep going with the pressure. Josh Lewis says that's on Morrison. I'd kind of like to see a replay because they were in zone. I know I originally called out Morrison. Bryce Young is back in the game for the Panthers, by the way. Brian Brocklehurst says, help us, Atlanta. You're our only hope. Yeah, so the Bucs have a two-game lead on the Panthers in terms of the loss column. And they're 3 in the loss column ahead of the Falcons. The Falcons are obviously playing the Panthers, so if the Bucs were to lose, you'd want the Falcons to win because then it would put 2 games behind versus having a 3-1. So Mr. King says, typical Bucs. It's getting that feeling of losing today, losing next Sunday, and then just, regaining their form after that.
Yeah, I think they have to win this game because next week's game against the Rams, I'm not picking them to win that game. You got to win this game. I think if they can, it's what you ideally wanted, the 1 and 2 coming out of this tough 3-game stretch that you were talking about last week.
Who do you have winning in Rams Seahawks?
I have the Rams winning that game. I like the Seahawks lot bad the Rams winning that year as well.
I don't know. I haven't actually officially made a pick on the game. I want to take the Seahawks, but the thing is, Sam Darnold kind of comes up short in those big games. You remember, last year, Minnesota against the Lions. Yeah. So, anyway, Rachaad White pinballing across a couple different players, but gets a good run. Hope he's okay. He kind of got hit pretty hard at the end there. Yeah, I mean, he got drilled right in the head. And remember, obviously no Josh Williams. He's suspended for the next 6 games, and no Bucky Irving. So if something happened to Rachaad or Sean Tucker, the next guy up is Owen Wright, who had a good preseason, but, it's a different animal. Bucs run it with Rachaad again. There's that vintage Rachaad White nasty stiff arm. Some players have signature moves. The Rachaad White stiff arm might be one of them. Nice job by Luke Gedeke as well, not holding on for too long. He even stiff armed Emeka Egbuka.
He's like, get out of the way, Emeka. Wasn't a gain of much, but he does get the first down and a beautiful stiff arm. There, look at that.
Yeah.
The best one was the one in Germany where he just said against the Seahawks.
Yes.
Crazy stiff arm.
That was the top one.
Yeah.
Feeling a little play action here. Never mind. They're in shotgun. You can still technically play action. Oh. Tez Johnson goes in motion. They're going to... that was play action. Oh, Emeka Egbuka with a terrible drop. Tried to turn his eyes upfield before he could make the catch. I mean... And people want to blame Josh Grizzard. AJ Consist says, love Mech, but so many drops. AJ, how you feeling about Ohio State, Michigan in 2 weeks? Second and 10 for Tampa Bay. Swing pass to Tez Johnson. I hope that counts as a catch. Goes nowhere, but I had over 2.5 catches for Tez Johnson, or 3.5 catches. So, oh man, Rux's review says Mech killed this drive. He definitely didn't help it. Third and 12 for the Bucs. Again, I don't get how you get on Josh Grizzard's case. They had a perfect play to Emeka Egbuka that probably gets around 8 yards. Baker thrown down the field. It is caught by Sterling Shepard. Oh, what a moron, Grizzard. Calling up a play on 3rd and 12 to get the first down. What an idiot.
Fire Josh Grizzard. Get him out of here.
AJ says, I think we finally win for one reason. Going back to Ohio State, Michigan. We won 8 years straight. I then go to the school for 4 years, and we lose all 4 years. Now I'm guaranteed we will win. Man. At least you got to see a national championship. Thanks for your support, AJ. JG says LMAO. Sean Tucker in the game. He's going to bounce it to the outside. He's got Tristan Wirfs as a lead blocker. Sean Tucker taking it to the house. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. And that's why you give Sean Tucker more rushing attempts, because he has explosive plays just like that one. Sean Tucker with an explosive run, and that hits the over on his rush props. Bang! Shawnee Tux. That is why you run Sean Tucker. And the extra play is good. Bucs regain the lead. Sorry.
Yeah, nice patient run as well. He's patient, lets his blocks on, gets it up. Tristan Wirfs pulling all the way around. Ryan Miller also threw a nice block, almost a holding call on Ryan Miller as well, I would say, though. But luckily not Q's 44. I'm sure you're going crazy right now. Sean Tucker
We'll
gets
get
that
to
touchdown.
Q44.
Even Baker Mayfield running down the field with him. All right, we got ourselves a real game here. The Buccaneers offense looks alive. Game on says Tucker running to the outside is explosive. Yes, I want to see when you get in the goal line, don't just run up the middle with Sean Tucker. Bounce it outside. Do a little toss like you saw there. Let him work his magic.
Shawnee Tux with the run. That was a 43-yard run by Sean Tucker. Let's go. Let's go, baby.
Let's go.
I love it. I freaking love it.
Both running backs having a great game here.
Yeah, Rashad White's done a lot of the dirty work. He's got 7 attempts for 38 yards. So there you go. Okay, so the Tez Johnson, I'm just looking at this from a stat perspective. That other swing pass by Baker to Tez Johnson, they're counting it as a rushing attempt. So Tez Johnson does not have a catch in this game, technically.
Yeah, Baker threw it behind himself, too. It was like pretty behind the line of scrimmage there. Mm. Yeah, Wharf's.
Yeah. Sorry. Let me get to Bucs Basement. Thanks for the $2 super chat. Says, stop putting edge rushers in coverage bowls. Going back to the mishap on the Bills touchdown. And Thomas Moore, thanks for the $4.99 super chat. Says, gents, it looks like Josh got his head out of running the ball, but his running the ball, but I think it was more of just, again, the players got to execute. And Q's 44, thanks for the $2 super chat, says, yes. Q's, very happy for you. Piss Missile Pete says, Tucker, the fast effer, we'll say. MJRVI with some positivity says, I trust this defense. Derek Danger says, great run. I'm hyped.
BS83 says Vita to cover the deep third next.
Yeah, why not? See, look at that. The Bucs ran the ball to the outside, and then you get that big play. And now this circus of special teams. Oh, right up the middle. Oh, here we go again.
Come on.
Davis to about midfield. I mean, at this point, just kick it in the end zone for the touchback. Yeah, I agree with 2 Wood, Cinco Ocho. We should just kick out the end zone. Why not? Shawnee talks. All right, Bills go play action. No pressure. Josh Allen has all day. He's throwing deep, looking for it. I mean, Samuel had Levante David beat, just an overthrow by Josh Allen. And he's having his way with the Bucs defense. Just no pressure at all whatsoever. Looked like the Bucs were in zone again. And big time yikes.
He had all day through. I can go play quarterback if I'm going to get that much time.
Yeah. 2nd and 10. Allen to a wide open receiver. Bucs get lucky again. He had Shakir, his lead receiver, on the season. Stan Glassman says these guys are wide ass open. They
Yeah.
absolutely are. Third and 10. The Bucs could have the craziest 3 and out ever. 3 seconds on the play clock. McCollum blitzes on the outside. Josh Allen avoids it, and he's going to run, and he's going to run, and he's going to be short. Ball comes out at the end, but goes out of bounds. Likely the Bucs will need one more stop. Vita in pursuit. Yaya. It's been hustle. 4th and 2. Buffalo's definitely going to go for it. If I'm Buffalo, I QB sneak it with Josh Allen. Not like a direct QB sneak, but yeah, let him take the snap there and run it. But then again, the receivers have been getting wide open left and right. So Bucs bring pressure. Allen has time. Throws over the middle. Ball's up in the air. It's intercepted. It's intercepted by Servassier Dennis.
No.
Probably would have been better if it went incomplete, but beggars can't be choosers. Congrats to Servassier Dennis on the interception. Bucs get the ball back. A very important stop by Tampa Bay.
Servassier Dennis, he started off the season extremely rough, especially even week 1 against the Atlanta Falcons. And then we kind of had the offensive line rule with him. If you don't call his name much, then he's probably doing okay. And then now this game, he's fully turned things around. He had that great pressure on the first drive that resulted in the Jacob Parrish interception. He had another great pressure later on in the game, and then now he gets his own interception. Really good job by Servassier Dennis. Kudos to Servassier. Really turned things around this season for himself.
Yeah, Seth Alexander also says Tyke Smith is a menace. Absolutely, he's been everywhere. Chris Bivens says Tyke with a couple of fire flame emojis. Yeah, it looked like he was down at the end, so hopefully he's able to get back up. Sorry, missing some super chats here. Thomas Moore, thanks for the $1.99 super chat, says, has McCollum regressed over the past few weeks? I don't necessarily think so. Well, yeah, I guess a little bit. I mean, you got to factor in the big 3rd and 14 that he allowed last week. He's getting beat inside a lot, and he's just making some mistakes. And then Amazement 717, thank you for this $9.99 super chat, says, man, we got to clean up this kick coverage and special teams. Too many big returns. Keep running the ball. Bill's touchdown was fluky, and we can fix that. Tucker touchdown was by design and sustainable. Okay, so I don't think we can call it fluky anymore with these big plays. I mean, it happened so many times last week against New England. The Lions definitely did to the Bucs. It's happened time and time again. So I don't think we can call it fluky anymore. But I don't know. Maybe this is what this Bucs defense is. It's just they allow a lot of big plays, but then they can make splash plays as well. I mean, you look at that Seattle game, that was awful defensively, but they had 2 big turnovers, and that ultimately made the difference. And kind of getting that feeling today. Baker lines up under center. Sean Tucker stays in the game at running back for good reason. They're going to run it up the middle. Sean Tucker makes a cut. Gets about 8 yards. The 2 Bills collided with each other. Hopefully they're okay.
You brought up that Seattle game. It felt like the coverage unit, for especially Seattle was getting the ball back almost at midfield every single drive. It's been an issue throughout the entire season. They cleaned up a bit, but I mean, it's right back that same issue today. And look at that interception there. Tyke Smith
Awesome play.
tipping it up.
Oh, pony package. They're going to run it with Shawnee Tucks, though. Oh, man. He got stuck. But not going to be a first down. That's all right, though. I kind of feel like right now, remember, the Bills get the ball to start the third quarter. So we could see a big-time drive for Tampa Bay where they chew clock, get down, try to take a 2-score lead. But you got to get this 3rd and 1. They run it with Rachaad White as essentially the fullback, and what a great call by Josh Grizzard. I am loving this commitment to the run. Yeah, Daniel Gomez says we need to milk the clock and get a touchdown. And it sounds like, based on the broadcast, Tyke Smith is being evaluated for a concussion, which obviously is a gigantic loss for Tampa Bay. He was playing freaking fantastic. So, again, you don't want to give Buffalo the ball back if you can try to avoid it. I say you run, I guess you could throw it here as a swing pass to Rachaad White, who gets nothing. Probably be the last play of before the 2-minute warning. All right. Buffalo does have all 3 timeouts, so they want to just run it. They got to make sure they get in the end zone. And since we're at a commercial break, I'll do the play-by-play for Giants-Packers. Jameis Winston with a 3rd and 12 takes the shotgun snap. It's a screen. Giants get out of it, and they're going to get a first down and more. Tyrone Tracy to midfield. That'll count as receiving yards or passing yards for Jameis Winston. By the way, Atlanta has gone up 21-7 against Carolina. So that's very important as well. As Caleb Williams crazily got out of a potential sack, but had to throw it away. Incomplete. I'm just doing 10 different play-by-plays right now. It's kind of fun. King Cook says, Rashad can't cut back every time. Ride that sideline sometimes to get those extras. I hear what you're saying. Constantinos Giorgio says, we need a touchdown since they get the ball in the second half. That is true.
Stevie Ryan says the bullies will play for Jameis. He kind of has that Ryan Fitzpatrick like appeal to him, where he's like the perfect backup quarterback, where the whole locker room, comes around him when they need him. That's how you stay in the league if you're not a starting quarterback. Also, I think Ryan Fitzpatrick, a Harvard graduate, kind of figured it out there. That's what Jameis Winston. He can play, of course, in the NFL, but he's a good quarterback to have in your room, in your QB room, especially with a young quarterback like Jackson Dart.
Rustman.
Yep.
Oh, there you go. White is averaging 8.3 yards per attempt this game. Yeah, Bucs are running the ball very well. I'm sure the win is playing a big factor in it, but I'm enjoying this game plan from listen, the Bucs have scored on every drive except for the one drop by Tez Johnson on that 3rd down, which Todd Bowles challenged. So not going to get on his case. Another run by Sean Tucker sets up a 3rd and short. Buffalo not calling a timeout. 3rd and 5, I guess a little bit longer than I would have thought. That Baker trying to block Bosa. Yeah. Love that. 71 rushing yards for Sean Tucker. Potential NFC Offensive Player of the Week? Maybe. Rashad White's in the game at running back. Bucs go shotgun. Baker looking, throws over the middle. Dropped by K-Dot. Well, I shouldn't say dropped. Looked like it was a little behind him. Interesting scenario for Tampa Bay. There's a minute 17 to go. Slightly behind K-Dot. You'd hope he'd be able to catch that. You would love for Baker to make a little bit of a better throw. There you go. Is it money time? It's time for some money McLaughlin.
The wind's 11 to 24 miles per hour.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to take a delay a game and then punt it with Riley Dixon. Yeah, you kind of wish Otten still could have caught it. Bills are going to decline the penalty. Screw it, run a fake. Or try to draw the Bills off sides. That would make it, I think, an automatic first down.
I agree with guys for 85 or just go for it. Get a minute 17 left, go for it, but they're not going to do it. Here comes Riley Dixon was able to pin them back at the 5-6 earlier. So,
and that led to the interception.
Yeah.
Okay, so kickoff coverage F+, punt coverage A+.
Yeah.
Or sorry, F- on the kick coverage. Yeah, a lot of talk about Killer Instinct this week. Not exactly Killer Instinct with not going for it on 4th and 5.
And now you give the Buffalo Bills with 3 timeouts, a little bit under a minute 17 to go. Give them one more shot to go down the field, and they get the ball back. We come back for the 3rd quarter. So
yeah, we could be looking at a replay of last week where Patriots scored touchdown, get the ball at the half. Okay, looks like there is some good news. Tyke Smith passed his concussion test and has been cleared to return to play. So
that was quick. Good.
Q's44 says no double dipping. Yeah, so I mean, you got to give credit to the Bills for adjusting and stuff, but the first drive, they got fantastic pressure on Josh Allen and it led to the interception, but they haven't been able to replicate that since.
Guy City 5 says a good tight end catches that. It was a bit behind it, but he was able to get at least see one hand on it. Just a really difficult catch.
It's just kind of like, come on, man, like bail me out a little bit here. Jameis thrown for the end zone. Incomplete. But there's a pass interference penalty. Giants are going to get the ball at the 1-yard line.
No.
Oh, Panthers running back just dropped the pass that if he makes one guy miss, gets into the end zone. But Panthers looking to make it 21-14. They are driving. Tony Kona says, can we get another turnover? Well, they already have 2. All right, 1st and 10, a minute 8 to go. Buffalo starts inside the 10. They blitz Jacob Parrish. That leaves a receiver wide open. As he tried to leapfrog Benjamin Morrison. That did not work.
He gets out of bounds too, stopping the clock.
Yep.
Minute 2, 3 timeouts. Vita got his hand up because he couldn't get to Josh Allen. So close, but couldn't get the ball batted down.
Yep, this has the feeling of a tie game or a Bills lead. Minute 2 to go. Bills have all 3 timeouts. They can run everything at their disposal. Bucs get some pressure. Allen runs out of it. Now he's going to chuck it. Incomplete, looking for James Cook.
Savasi wrapped his legs around Josh Allen's legs. Just couldn't get him down. We got a flag here as well.
By the way, Devin Singletary scores a touchdown for the Giants. Tied up at 13 apiece.
Is Jordan Love back in the game? Or is he still
He
out?
is back in the game.
Okay.
Roughing the passer. Can we get a replay? Oh, Logan Hall. Uh-oh. Oh, come on. That's a regular ass hit. Nonetheless, that moves the Bills closer.
That was a clean hit. I don't know what else you could have asked Logan Hall to do there. I know they care about the weight being landed on the quarterback, and
Yeah.
they coddled them a bit too much, but I didn't see anything there.
Incomplete. Nice job by Benjamin Morrison sticking with the play. Tight ends have not been involved today for Buffalo. Obviously, they are missing Kincaid, and that's big.
Look at that wind.
Yeah, absurd. Catch is made. Third and 5. 45 seconds to go. Big time moment for Tampa Bay. Weird alignment for Buffalo. Swing pass to the running back. Nobody home. Tyke Smith can't make the tackle. Bucs are hustling. McCollum can't get there. That's a touchdown for the Buffalo Bills. Ty Johnson, who I just cut on my other fantasy team today with a big-time play. Yikes, folks. Big yikes. Bills regain the lead.
The only positive of them scoring is that you still have 2 timeouts. You have 36 seconds if you want to be uber aggressive. But you can't let these big plays, these big explosive plays hurt you.
They started that drive from they started that drive from inside the 10.
Yeah.
You know? Kick is up, and it is good. Bucs trail 21-17. Yeah. I mean, and it's a commonality. Every single week, there's big plays being made and given up by the defense.
And that was Tyke Smith with the missed tackle, clear concussion protocol. Couldn't use the sideline as his best friend there.
Nope. Let's see what everyone's saying in the chats.
BS83 says, unfortunately, that's probably ball game. We're not even. We're in the first half of the ball game. They're only down by what, 4 points?
Yeah, like
They'll be
we've
too
seen
negative.
the Bucs respond several times. Thomas Moore, thank you for the $4.99 super chat. Says Auden is a solid tight end. However, I go back to Tom Brady yelling at him for not wearing gloves. Certainly didn't help his case as Cameron Johnson takes the kick return, gets over to past the 35. So the Bucs will have a chance to, with 2 timeouts, to at least, try to get into field goal range, maybe even score a touchdown. Bucs Basement, thanks for the $2 super chat. Says Bowles bend and break defense. It's looking that way. Khalif Young, thanks for the $4.99 super chat. The same place gets us each week. The same place gets us each week. Mr. King, thanks for the $2 super chat. Yeah, typical. This is 1,000% a loss. Tall Florida guy, thank you for the $4.99. I'll get to this after this play. Baker to Ibuka on a screen. Gets up the field. I think he called timeout.
Yeah.
Got about 8 yards. We need to have a serious conversation about the lack of team speed on defense. Patriots expose them. Well, it's interesting because Zion's like one of the fastest guys on the team. But yeah, outside of him, and Winfield's fast. Dean's not playing, but he's fast too. You might be onto something.
David used to be that sideline to sideline defender. He had speed, and Todd Bowles joked around this week saying he's not playing like he's 35. He's playing like he's 25, but he's not really in reality. He's not that prime Levante David anymore. So they are lacking speed on defense.
Yeah.
And the inside linebacker position, Savasi Dennis had a good game today, but the inside linebacker position is a position they're going to have to address no matter if Levante David comes back or not next season. But speed is lacking.
2nd and 2 for the Bucs. 24 seconds to go. Baker throwing deep down the field. He's got Sterling Shepard. That's a first down. Do you use your last timeout or do you spike it?
I would call timeout. Too much time.
Final timeout.
There we go. Okay.
So Baker with a big throw gets him right back into range.
It looks like Sterling hurt as well.
Ah, damn.
So on that right knee, I think.
Sterling Shepard currently leading the Bucs with 4 catches for 54 yards.
All right, you got to do something here quick into the sideline, or you got to take a shot into the end zone.
Yeah, I think you try to go end zone.
And you can't get sacked. You cannot Baker throw it away, do whatever you can to not get sacked because you're at least in field goal range here.
Right. And I don't know, just based on that shot by the camera, it didn't look like there was a ton of wind. Ryan Miller's in the game at the bottom of your screen. Tez is in the slot. Kate Otten out to the right. Baker to Ibuka. He slides. Very smart play by Emeka Ibuka. Bucs got to spike it. Oh, Graham Barton ran.
Are you serious?
Hold on.
This is a mess.
No. They're going to call it delay a game. Okay. I think Graham Barton bumped into Emeka Ibuka, and that's where the ball got knocked out. But if the Bills player knocked it out of Ibuka's hands, that's absolutely a delay a game. Yeah, he knocked it out.
Yeah, he knocked it out. Yep.
That's a delay a game. That's a 15-yard. I believe that's a 15-yard penalty. Also, shame on the refs. Hustle your ass to get down the field and spot the ball. That's without a doubt a delay of game penalty. Question is, how much will they put any more time on the clock? Okay, 9 seconds. You can run a play to the end zone here.
Okay, there we go.
And the clock won't start until the ball is snapped because of now the Bills call a timeout, which I actually think kind of helps the Bucs in this situation.
Yeah, let them group together, talk this over.
Yeah. Callie Buck says, do we have time for one pass? Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Might throw a ball into the corner of the end zone. Where you wish you had Mike Evans.
Yeah.
Finally, a call goes the Bucs' way.
I know it resulted in a positive play, but I don't like the shot to Mecca over the middle. I think it just, it's a waste of time. I would have hit something outside the sideline or take that deep pass to the end zone.
Yeah.
But it is
I hear you. You got to take what's given.
Yeah.
Because I think, I don't know, if they were able to spike it, they probably maybe could have spiked it with like 11 seconds left or 10.
Yeah, because they snapped the ball with, I believe, 17 seconds. At least you got one more shot here, and then you can kick the field goal. If all goes well.
Yeah, let's see. Baker to Tez Johnson. Makes the catch, goes out of bounds. Ooh, now you're even... Okay, they're just going to go for the field goal.
Yeah, okay. Playing it safe.
That's fine. Money McLaughlin having a pretty good day.
Don't jinx him, Matt.
Yeah, you're right. He's terrible.
There's
no way he hits this. There's not a chance he hits this.
No way. From 29,
that's... not from 29. No. Oh, it's blocked. Oh, but there's a penalty. There's a flag. There's a flag on the play. Could be offsides. Could be offsides. What are we doing here? Or is it a hold on the Bucs? Oh! You don't see a holding on the defense on a field goal too much. I mean, I don't really see the call, but I'll take it. All right, round 2 for Money McLaughlin. He's not had a good day. His last kick was just blocked. Kick is up. It's good. Bucs down a point at the half. Man, what a roller coaster of a game.
Matt, I'll be right back, okay?
Sounds good. This is probably a good opportunity to talk about our friends over at Jorgensen Law.
Welcome to Jorgensen Law, PA, where our family's legacy drives us to fight for your rights. Specializing in personal injury, workers' compensation, and Social Security, we're committed to winning for you. No fees unless we succeed. Trust in our family to help yours. Let's achieve justice together.
Jorgensen Law, they are the champions of the injured and disabled. They are the official law firm of PewterReport.com. They have an office over in St. Petersburg, Florida. You can get a free case evaluation giving them a call at 727-347-7733. That is 727-347-7733. They do not take any fees until they win your case. They will be sponsoring every injury report during the season on pewterreport.com and any injury-related stories. So check out Jorgensen Law and give them a call with the number on the screen. This has been an absolutely bananas first half for the Bucs and the Bills. The Bucs trail 21-20 at halftime at the moment. Appreciate everybody watching with us. We actually have a super chat from Sean McDonald. Thanks for the $9.99 super chat, Sean. Actually, let me edit one thing real quick. Ooh, that's not how you spell that. Okay, let's start that again. Sean McDonald with the $9.99 super chat. Thank you very much. Says, watching from an airport concourse bar, listening to the Pewter Report Game Day show makes me feel like I'm already home. Go Bucs. Thank you so much for the very kind words, Sean. Hopefully you hope you have safe travels back to Tampa or wherever you're flying to. Enjoy that concourse beer. I think that's one of the best beers you can have is the beer before your flight when you're about to go on vacation or travel somewhere else. But beers at the airport are always a good time as well. Daniel Morales back on the show joining us. Daniel, give us your thoughts about the first half and everything that went on.
I think on offense, the pass catchers outside of Sterling Shepard have been a bit lackluster. We saw Emeka Buka with that crucial drop. Now, Kate Otton's drop was a little bit more difficult than Emeka's, but still a drop there. But I like the ground game. Sean Tucker with that explosive 40-plus yard run for a touchdown with the block set up by Tristan Wirfs and Ryan Miller down the field. And Rachaad White has also had a great game as well. I think in the second half, you keep this game on the ground. You don't go one-dimensional, of course. But I want to see the ground game moving forward here, continue to establish it, and then run play action off of it. Maybe hit Tez Johnson deep down the field or Emeka Buka. But use the run game that's effective today to set up play action passes down the field.
Definitely think that's a way to go. Tommy says, just left walk-ons in Wesley Chapel. Awesome that you went to walk-ons. Fantastic place, great food, and a large variety of drink choices as well. Let's just look at some of the stats for this Bucs-Bills game, starting with the Bucs. Baker Mayfield is 10 of 14 for 95 yards. Sean Tucker leads the way on the ground, 9 attempts for 71 yards and a touchdown. Rachaad White's been great as well, 9 attempts for 48 yards, and he was leading the team in rushing up until that gigantic run from Sean Tucker. Baker Mayfield has scrambled 3 times for 23 yards. Tez Johnson, 2 for -6. So the Bucs are already at 136 rushing yards. Sterling Shepard really picking it up for Tampa Bay. He has 4 catches for 54 yards. Emeka Buka, 3 for 24. Rachaad White, 2 for 11. Tez Johnson, 1 for 6. Zion McCollum leads the Bucs with 4 tackles in the game. Antoine Winfield Jr. is second with 3. There's only been 1 tackle for loss for the Bucs, and that came from Jacob Parrish. No sacks for Tampa Bay, but 2 interceptions. Jacob Parrish on the opening drive for the Bills, and Servassier Dennis on that 4th down play. So Bucs do have 2 turnovers despite losing by a point. Josh Allen is 8 of 17 for 155 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. He's also their leading rusher, 3 for 14 yards. So the Bucs have done a great job slowing down James Cook, the third, who only has 10 rushing yards on 5 attempts. Ty Johnson, 1 attempt for 9 yards. The passing game has been another story, though. Tyrell Shavers, 3 catches for 69 yards and a touchdown. The big one was the 43-yard touchdown. Ty Johnson, 2 for 61. He had the 52-yard catch and run for a touchdown. Joshua Palmer, 1 for 13. Gabe Davis, 1 for 7. Curtis Samuel, 1 for 5. Jordan Poyer, holy smokes, and a busy first half for him. 11 tackles in the game for him. Terrell Bernard is second with 6 tackles. He also has the only 2 tackles for loss in the game for Bucs versus Bills and for Buffalo specifically. So a pretty wild first half in Bucs Bills. Let's get to a super chat that I just saw. Boolam Seba, thank you for the $1.99 super chat. Says Bowles needs to tighten up his defense. Benjamin Morrison was Lucy. I do wonder. I don't think Morrison is as much of the issue that he was last week. Now, it certainly hasn't looked good. I do wonder, with the game that Jacob Parrish is having, do they move him outside and maybe put Christian Izzian in the slot? I think that might be something that Tampa Bay could entertain if Tyke Smith is healthy enough in the second half.
I hear that, but having Jacob Parrish in the nickel, if you wanted to do a blitz with Jacob Parrish, he's closer, of course, to Josh Allen. I just think he's being really effective as a nickel. I don't know. That's a tough call. But I think the underrated storyline here for the Buccaneers defense is keeping James Cook to 10 yards and 2 yards per carry. He's the second this year. He's been the second best running back behind Jonathan Taylor. He has 930 yards on the year so far. I mean, that's a really great thing. It's just the receiving game, as you mentioned, Shavers. I've never heard of Shavers before.
Me neither.
These receivers, they've been tearing up this Buccaneers secondary. And, of course, Benjamin Morrison has been a part of that. But I don't even blame Benjamin Morrison for the touchdown that he let up because Diaby was in coverage. That's on Todd Bowles, in my opinion, is having your edge rusher drop back 30, 40 yards down the field following a receiver. That's a mismatch all day. And an MVP caliber quarterback like Josh Allen's going to take advantage and pick you apart if you're doing stuff like that. But, yeah, holding James Cook to 2 yards per carry, defenses, whether it's the Chiefs, the Panthers, no matter who they face, it's been extremely hard to contain him, and this defense has done that today. So that's really the bright spot besides the 2 interceptions for this defense.
Yeah, it's great when you can stop the run and make them one-dimensional. The problem is they've just been atrocious in the other dimension of it, which is trying to defend the pass. They just haven't been able to, get the job done there. So hopefully the Bucs can figure that out at halftime with some adjustments and really get it rolling coming out of halftime. But I don't know. It seems like it's going to be one of those games where whoever is able to get the ball last might end up winning this game. So we'll see. I mean, no one's really had more than like a 4 or 5 point lead. So
Mr. King says, bright spot, ain't no bright spots, game done. You can't. How can you say that?
It's 21-20.
What are you talking about? Like holding James Cook to third to 10 yards, and we're entering the second half. That is a bright spot. Buddy.
Yeah. For any issue you may have with the Bucs defense, the offense has at least shown that they're gonna at least try to come right back and put up points. This has been a much better. Yeah, the real Maverick says that's a silly comment, and Mr. King says LOL. The Bucs offense has played better than it has in several weeks. So that's definitely a positive. Tim Ford says, how are you guys so positive while we have 2 turnovers and are losing? They're losing by a point. They're like this. You got a whole second half to go. And we'll see. Maybe the Bucs explode. Maybe the Bills go crazy. You don't know. Could be a tale of 2 halves.
My guy Louis here says, Louis Frozen Pirate Pod, he says, I think we're going to see Coach Bowles really blitz the hell out of Josh Allen going into the second half. I mean, the Buccaneers, as you mentioned, they got pressure in that first drive, but after that, the pressure hasn't necessarily been consistent. And I think it's time for us, he hasn't played much today, but I think it's time that we can officially, at least for me, I'm going to designate Chris Braswell as a bust. They benched the Bills. They benched their second round pick from last year, Keon Coleman, today. Now it's because he missed a meeting, but you can't bench Braswell because he's already a reserve. But you don't have many edge rushers in that room already to begin with. But I'm extremely disappointed with what they got out of Braswell, and he could still turn things around. He has 2 years on his contract after this year, but for me, he's been a big disappointment. With Reddick being out, he's got a few more reps. Larry Foote talked about it, that he wrote the word opportunity. He hammered that in, that this is Chris Braswell's opportunity. He hasn't taken advantage of that, and Anthony Nelson has had a quiet 2 games ever since that Saints game.
Yeah, he really has. Braswell had that tackle on special teams, but it was 40 yards down the field. So it's unfortunate that and I trust the coaching staff, even despite their defensive issues this first half. But like the fact that they're not going to him with Hassan Reddick out, I think kind of screams volumes. So yeah, not working out with him. And you will have David Walker next season. Remember, he tore his ACL in training camp, and with Hassan Reddick likely not coming back next season, or at least not at the 12, 14 million that they gave him. Probably looking at edge rusher again this draft. Edge rusher, inside linebacker for sure. Ooh, Aaron Rodgers, unfortunately, is out of the Steelers game with a left wrist injury, and Mason Rudolph he has a left wrist injury. Mason Rudolph is warming up. So
KGH for Life says, Light strikes out on a edge rusher again. Now, unfortunately, because he tore his ACL, we have been able to see, and we won't see him this year, but David Walker Jr., and it would have been cool to see what kind of player, and of course, edge rushers take a bit to produce and to develop. I wish we could have seen him out there this year. And Elijah Roberts, he's played pretty decent as well this year. But yeah, edge rusher is going to be edge rusher and inside linebacker. Those are probably the top priorities for the Buccaneers going into the offseason. You need I was thinking a few weeks ago about what year was it? The year that the Buccaneers drafted O.J. Howard, and then T.J. Watt fell in that draft to the Steelers. And if Jason Light could go back and pick a different player, it would probably be in that first round, T.J. Watt.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah,
he got a big payday.
Even with Yaya Diaby, he hasn't. I mean, he looks like if you were to build a perfect edge rusher in a lab, like it's Yaya Diaby. He just hasn't been able to produce.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah, he's insanely jacked. It's wild. JB Easy says, I would like to see what Shaq Barrett could do for us. Call that man. I don't know. I think they're kind of
his days are
kind of moved on from Shaq. Jason always gets asked about it, and he says, we'll never close the door on Shaq, but I think it's a nice way of saying we're not that interested. Remember, he was here last year.
Yeah.
At the end.
It didn't seem like there was much gas left in the tank, if we're being honest. And he didn't get to go through an offseason, training camp and all that kind of ramp up period. But he just didn't look like he looked like an aging edge rusher. JB Easy, anybody at this point. Last week they were calling for JPP also.
JB Easy says anybody at this point. I get it. You gotta throw someone's hat into the ring. All right, we're about to start the third quarter. We'll see if the first adjustment is made with the damn kick coverage. Ray Davis takes the return, and nothing has been learned by the Bucs kick coverage. Consistently over the 35. Not good. Ooh, I think the Falcons just fumbled on the kick return. Panthers made it 21-16, and they just recovered a fumble. So Falcons continue to Falcon. Bills run it with James Cook on this first play of the second half, and Bucs continue to stop that run. Do a good job. Pewter 941 says, what irritates me about the last 2 weeks is it seems like we've been giving up big plays while working for everything on offense. There is a degree of truth to that. A degree of truth. Looks like Bills had a false start penalty.
South Florida guy says Panthers might win the division. I don't see the Panthers as a true threat to the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers are going through a tough 3-game stretch. We know that. But after this 3-game stretch, when you see, for example, Jacoby Brissett and the Arizona Cardinals, things are going to get a bit easier.
Yeah.
I think they'll create separation. Ooh,
Jacob
whoa.
Parrish with a hell of a play. Stops the screen pass to Khalil Shakir. And the Bucs are in a very familiar 3rd down situation, but Parrish having a great, great game. Third and 16. Bucs have to get a stop here. But we know Josh Allen is not afraid to throw deep. 3rd and 16. Bucs rush 4. Allen has time. Got hit in the head, too. We'll see if that's called. Allen's going to throw a lateral. Oh, what a play.
Oh, smart, high intelligence play, man.
Yeah. And there's a flag. It looks like it's going to be holding.
That's such a high IQ play. He also bait with the pump fake, baited in Levante David. And then there you go. Johnson gets the first down and more.
It's just I mean, right now the Bucs are.
Oh, illegal 4th down. Okay, there we go.
Oh, okay.
I think that was behind.
All right.
Ooh.
Never mind. I take back. I take it back. That was almost a sick play, but that's great for the Bucs. Okay. This is the first. I think it's the first punt that's been forced by the Bucs today. Now, mostly because when you get the return over midfield, you're not really going to punt. Ooh, gets a Buffalo roll. Damn. Okay.
5-4.
Sean Tucker, 98-yard run.
That'd be like Ronald Jones against the Panthers a few years ago.
Yep. Yeah. Always a fun tidbit about that game was that who's the guard that wasn't available? They were missing their usual starting guard. I don't think it was Ali Marpet though. So
was it Kappa, Stingley, Aaron Stingley?
I think maybe it was Kappa that was out. And so anyway, because of that, they moved AQ Shipley, the backup center. They started him at center and they put Ryan Jensen at guard. So Ryan Jensen was actually blocking at the guard position on that run by Ronald Jones. So that's just a random fact for everybody. I don't know why that always stuck out to me.
And Luke Gedeke is an enforcer on this offensive line, but Ryan Jensen was just different right there.
Yeah, he was the man.
That guy was different. Unfortunately, the knee injuries and all the cartilage issues, but man, that was a great free design. Yeah. Sorry.
Jordan Schneiderman says Marpet was out. Okay, yeah, maybe Ali Marpet was out. That would make sense.
Deezer Richey says, yeah, Dean out for the game. Did you ever get confirmation of what exactly that injury is? Hamstring, knee, groin?
Yeah, I didn't see. Let me look it up.
But he is out, yes. King Cook, yes. Jensen was different. That got played way past the whistle.
Everyone's saying hip. So
hip, okay, hip. Okay.
Hip situation.
Okay. I mean, it's dangerous if you don't have him next week against the Rams. That's going to be a tough one. If Benjamin Morrison's going to start 10 times.
That's going to be a lot of receiving yards for Puka Nacua.
All right, let's see what the Buccaneers offense can do. Pinned all the way back at the 2 or the 3 yard line here.
Down at the. Let's see. I can't see where the ball is. Yeah, we'll say the 3. Sean Tucker in the game. Devin Culp's in the game, too. They run it with Sean Tucker. Does not get that Rojo moment, unfortunately. Bucs trying to get some breathing room.
Yeah.
Not exactly how you want to start your first drive of a half. Second and 10, 12, 10 to go. Bucs trail by a point. Bucs go empty. Baker throws over the middle. I mean, there was defenders all over K-Dot. And he had plenty of time to throw. I get it. You're in the end zone. You got to try to get rid of it as quickly as possible. But
I want to see the replay, but I think he just didn't look his way. But Sean Tucker, I believe, is wide open on the bottom of the screen. Or it could have hit even a Macabuca on the left.
Yeah. All right, 3rd and 10. Dicey situation for the Bucs. Abuka goes in motion. Baker steps up, finds Abuka. Oh, no, Kate Otten. Looks like Otten got the first down. Depends on the spot. Riley Dixon's automatically running on. That's a tough spot.
The referee, I don't agree with that spot. Yeah,
It depends on where his keister goes down. That is not going to give us an angle. What was that spot? And again, it's tough. I don't know if you necessarily challenge this early.
This guy, I would say no, because you lose the challenge, you lose a timeout. It's a very close game. You might need that timeout in the final few minutes or a few seconds. A bad spot overall. But
yeah, let's get an order review here. I didn't like the spot either. Early on, someone was down it was like 4th and inches for the Bucs. They were able to get the first down. Again, the virtual measurement doesn't matter if they're going by where the ref spotted the ball in the first place. The ref could spot the ball 5 yards away from the marker. The virtual yardage doesn't matter at that point.
That's a bad spot by the referee. I wish we could see the top angle of that.
Yeah, that's what people are failing to see.
And he gave us a horrible angle.
That was an awful spot. If you want to say it was 4th and an inch, ball's out. Ball don't lie. The mother effing ball does not lie. What a special teams play. What a special teams play. Ball don't lie.
Josh Hayes with the forced fumble.
That's why he's on this team.
Ryan Miller with the cleanup there. Great job. Wow.
That is 3 turnovers committed by the Bucs today. A huge mistake by Mecole Hardman, who again gave his playbook to the other team and then caught the game-winning touchdown for that team in the Super Bowl. Insane. But yeah, it's legit a case of ball don't lie. Baker looking for a big play. He finds Emeka Egbuka. Ball don't lie. Q's44 says it's Tucker time. All right, 2nd and 2 for Tampa Bay. It's a run with Sean Tucker. He's got room and more. Sean Tucker to the 20. He's having a fantastic day, highlighted by his touchdown run, but that one will suffice as well for Tampa Bay. Tez Johnson was immediately signaling for a touchdown. Like, all right, hold your horses a little bit, man.
$11 rushes, 87 yards.
Yeah.
Keep riding the
Big
hot
time.
hand here.
Keep doing it.
Or go play action off of this.
It's the end around to Sterling Shepard. He had Tristan Wirfs blocking for him. That's never a bad idea. Wirfs is a little slow to get up.
If they go back to the play where they had White at fullback, there's an option scenario if Grizzard wants to go back to it later on, where he could toss it out, fake it to White, and toss it out to Tucker, and that might get them some yards, maybe in the goal line situation. But there's a possibility of return back to that play later on.
I would pitch it to the right side if I'm the Bucs.
Yeah.
But I'm not the Bucs. I just cover them. Yeah, it's a 1-yard run for Sean Tucker. I wonder what they're going to call here. I think I stick with the run game. You have Rachaad White in the backfield.
Now it's in shotgun. I don't like a run in this situation out of shotgun. But
Baker's going to step up in the pocket. He's got one defender to beat. He's going to beat him. He's got the first down. Nice decision by Baker Mayfield. Gives the Bucs a first down. And yeah, I mean, there's a direct correlation. When Baker runs, the Bucs win games. Good job. Just had to beat one guy. Yeah. He did.
If they score a touchdown here, I go for the 2. This is a situation where I want to establish it beforehand. I would go for the 2 because it gives you a full 7-point lead here.
2 seconds to go. Baker fires to the end zone. Incomplete. Ooh, Michael Penix Jr. got banged up. Falcons trying to hold on to a 21-16 lead.
That ball didn't have the mustard you want on it. It came off a little bit, maybe a little bit too light, too soft.
Rough day for Cade Otton. Sean Tucker in the backfield. Baker under center. He's got a Buca to the right. Cade Otton on the line of scrimmage to the right as well. Johnson in the slots. They're going to hand it off to Sean Tucker, who cuts it to the outside. Ooh, and he's in! Sean Tucker scores his second touchdown of the game. And this back and forth contest has the Bucs with a counterpunch.
And again, I say go for 2 here. It gives you a 7-point lead. Let's see what they do. No matter what, they take the lead.
They're going to go for 2.
There we go.
Bucs haven't been great with 2-point conversions this year, but no time like the present. Baker moving around. He's going to step up. Ah, man. Unable to get it.
But Tez was open on the right side, man. Tough. Okay. Again, the plus is if you score the 2-point conversion, you're up by 7. Only up by 5 now, but again, I fully agree with the decision there.
I don't have an issue with it. I probably would have just kicked the field goal or extra point because, yeah, it makes it a 6-point lead. But if you're able to somehow get a stop on the Bills again, even a field goal then makes it a 9-point game and a 2-score game versus now if you were to get a field goal, it's still a 1-score game. Daniel Gomez says, dumb decision. You go for 2 in the fourth quarter. Now you're down by 5. Cali Buck says, White was open for the 2 points. Ecliptic Sir says, I like the call, but the play was bad. Tim Ford says, exactly, Matt. Kyle says, have we got a 2-point conversion all year? Yes, in Seattle, because famously, Emeka Buka got the octopus, which is scoring the touchdown and then scoring the 2-point conversion. Tommy asking if you were okay going for 2. We were both okay with it. I probably would have kicked the extra point. But I'm not gonna criticize Bowles for the decision.
I don't think we see enough in this offense. Also, mesh concepts, little crossing routes. Also, you had 3 receivers on the bottom left. I would like to see 2 come in and you set up 1 on the outside and Baker hits him quickly on the outside. So I like the decision. Just the play call didn't work. But there was an open Tez Johnson, not fully open, but he was covered by Cole Bishop. But Cole Bishop was maybe 2 steps behind him if Baker would let that one rip there. Overall, I would have gone for the 2. I don't mind the 2-point conversion. I was calling for it. If it works, you get all the praise. If it doesn't work, you get a lot of backlash there. But they're still up no matter what, 26-21.
Yeah. I remember the Bucs capitalized on the forced fumble by Josh Hayes on the Bills kick returner. Yeah, they pulled Tristan Wirfs. Baker knew right away once you're running and you have Tristan Wirfs as a lead blocker. Fantastic running game. Not that we're surprised with how bad the Bills have been stopping the run, but job well done. By the way, the Giants are moving the ball on the Packers. Bucs have to win this game. There's no doubt about it. But if you're looking from a seeding standpoint, if the Giants can beat the Packers, you'd want the Lions to beat the Eagles tonight, but then the Packers to beat the Lions the next time they meet up. But let's focus on the Bucs stopping a damn kick return first. Thomas Moore, thanks for the $4.99 super chat, says White was open multiple times. We keep making these going for 2, and we keep blowing it.
Why are the Buccaneers still giving Davis even a chance to return this ball?
I know. At this point, you just got to boot it into the end zone, man. Cut your losses. Every time they're starting it over midfield. And Josh Allen immediately with a pass and a body. It was like a reverse power bomb by Antoine Winfield Jr. Not that anyone really wants to hear it.
Anthony Nelson, 20 yards back in coverage here. 15.
By the way, I may have missed the super chat from Thomas Moore, so thank you. Says Tucker's so much more effective off tackle. Yeah, he's better at cutting it to the outside. Yeah, I had never heard of the Shavers guy until this game, and he's just having a career game against the Bucs. I don't understand. There's been enough of a sample size in this game. Why are you even entertaining the idea of a return?
Yeah.
Kyle Driver, thanks for the $2 super chat. Says, hard to hold them off when they start at the 45. Yeah, I can't be this agitated about the Bucs defense when, you're starting at midfield every drive. They've had 2 interceptions. They've only allowed 21 points, probably anywhere from 24 to 28 on this drive. But my goodness, man.
But also, Bowles doesn't learn his lesson about dropping his edge rushers into coverage. You're not facing a young, rookie, inexperienced quarterback. You're facing the 2024, MVP of the entire league. He's going to pick you apart when you do that.
No, you're absolutely correct.
Yeah, Anthony Nelson 15 yards back. It doesn't make sense to me.
3rd and 6. Bucs do have a chance to make a big play. Bills go play action. Allen's probably going to run. He throws. Peardy was looking for Palmer. And this is also where the 2-point kind of comes into play because a field goal here makes it 26-24 versus 27-24 if they decide to kick the field goal. Here comes Matt Prater. Kick is good. Bucs defense does enough. They lead 26-24.
And no more Davis returns, please. This is
I know, just kicking out of bounds.
Too much.
Or kick it deep.
Yeah. Ricky Camacho, did they turn the wind on? All Florida guy, lucky. Q's 44. That's all you could ask for. Bend but don't break, but
yeah. King Cook says, let's go offense. Keep us in the lead. James Butabi says 20 plus yards, more like 40 plus. Demon Murphy says that fumble was the only thing keeping special teams from getting an F-. That's true. They've been good on punt coverage.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, coaches, not just Todd Bowles, coaches across the league talk about that. You got to win at least 2 out of the 3 phases of the game. And the Bucs definitely have not won the special teams phase, even with that forced fumble.
They are winning the turnover battle. That's a good thing, though. You always hear you win games by winning a turnover battle, and so far they're winning that turnover battle, and they're currently winning the game. We got a super chat here by Bucs Basement.
Yeah. Thank you, Bucs Basement, for this $2. Says special teams coach has to be fired soon, right? If there's another blocked punt or something like that, I think you may have to just cut your losses at this point and let Keith Tandy try to turn this team around in some direction. Because it's just too many mistakes week in and week out that have really hurt the Bucs.
Yeah, I was about to say this. Benjamin Porter here, he says Todd has to tell special teams coach to just kick it in the end zone. you have to make that executive decision as a head coach and say, hey, don't let them return this ball anymore. Kick it out.
Right.
Get back into the end zone.
And I hope some of the reporters ask, like, why haven't you asked them to just kick a touchback? Like, I get it. You don't want a team to start at the 35, but they're starting at midfield every game.
Yeah. Over midfield. It's insane.
Yeah. And I get the wind is crazy for this game, but like, you're talking about just you're talking about like 2 completions by Josh Allen and you're in field goal range. And in this moment, when you're down or you're up by 2 points and a field goal loses you the game, it becomes huge. Tampa Bay Hammy with a $9.99 super chat. Thank you very much. Says, Matt, I love watching you on game day. I don't know if you've ever seen Major League, but sometimes when things aren't going great, you give me the Major League commentator vibes. It's a compliment. Thank you very much for the kind words. Yeah, Bob Uecker is an infamous, historic broadcaster. Was a broadcaster for the Brewers for a long time, but of course in Major League, he's the broadcaster for the Indians. I take that as a huge compliment. So thank you very, very much. And yes, I have seen Major League. It's an all-time movie. Great sports movie. Vaughn, a juvenile delinquent in the offseason. And unless Shaquille O'Neal is out and right in the outfield, that ball is gone. Yes, and as AJ says, just a bit outside. But yeah, awesome movie, Major League. Thank you very much for the kind words. And yeah, I mean, we try to have fun with this. Obviously, Bucs fans are great, and you take it very seriously, so we'll take it serious. But also, we can joke around, especially if it's like a blowout type of game. So thank you for the comparison. I appreciate that. Bucs start this next drive. It's a handoff with, you guessed it, Sean Tucker. Goes for about 4-5 yards. Tim Vaham, he says the California Penal League. I think that's where Charlie Sheen's character was playing before this. Willie Mays Hayes, another awesome character. Diesel Roche, good to hear from you, says our kickoff and kick return teams are straight trash. Not good. Second and 6 for Tampa Bay. 4:10 to go in the third quarter. Little play action. It looked like they tried to set up a screen. There's a late penalty. We'll see what it is. Ralph Steinbauer says, I like Grizz, but he absolutely sucks going for 2. Penalty's going to be on Tampa Bay. Yep, ineligible receiver downfield. Set up a third down. Yep, Kirk Cousins in the game for Atlanta. Eight seconds to go on the play clock. They just get the snap off. Baker's looking, throws, it's picked. And Sterling Shepard misses the tackle, going the other way. A costly, costly mistake by Baker Mayfield. Not exactly sure what he was looking for. But Bishop with the pick. Yeah, let's get a replay here. I think he was going for a Buca.
Yeah, he underthrew it. Throws it right to Cole Bishop. And Cole Bishop, he's been the, like I said at the beginning of the broadcast here, he's been the sole star, I would say, in that Bills secondary. He's coming into this game allowed a passer rating of 29.6. He's been extremely well good in coverage. I believe that's his 3rd interception of the season now. Unfortunately, it came on Baker there.
Yeah, that came at the worst time.
Baker has had issues with overthrows for the past few games. That was an underthrow, resulting in interception.
All right. Bucs still very much are in this game. They are winning. But Bills have the ball. Allen trying to make a play. Has a wide open James Cook, who makes the catch and scores. Bills regain the lead. And back and forth we go.
Too easy. One play, a touchdown.
Yep. Makes me feel like Bob Uecker when he's drinking that Jack Daniels in between innings or even during the game. What inning is it? Who knows? No one's here. No one's watching. No one's watching. A lot of people were watching that play by James Cook, though. Bills will attempt an extra point.
That play didn't seem designed to have Anthony Nelson drop back into coverage. He just sees that nobody's going to cover James Cook, and he just starts running, falling behind him. And the Buccaneers we talked about, they've been able to minimize the impact of James Cook, the third, who's been one of the better running backs in the league. But there we go. They get beat on that receiving play there. They're to capitalize on the turnover. They take the lead.
Still one possession game. Still a third quarter. It's been a long third quarter. At least that's how it feels to me.
Now, I'm seeing a lot of Nelson and coverage inexcusable. He was rushing the pass. He just sees that James Cook goes behind him. He just starts falling. He starts trailing him. I don't think that was a design, play where it was schemed up for him to drop back into coverage. That Bulls has done that a few times today. But I don't think that one was designed to do so. I think just nobody was covering him.
Another super chat from Bucks Basement. Thank you, Bucks Basement. Says, and this $2 super chat says, stop putting edge rushers in coverage balls. I think it's going to keep saying that for as long as the Bucks keep screwing up. Dana Gomez was a good point. Says, we are losing because we scored 10 points on 3 turnovers. That may have something to do with it a little bit. B. Will says 3 takeaways should not add up to trailing by 5. Yeah, you're probably right. Oh, come on, Falcons. Damn. They got stopped on a 3rd and 1. Didn't even come close. Farouk Kawab with a great comment says, did this team run out of smelling salts? Quite possibly. DSG Carlos says, I'll take the Rams over 20+ next week. Yeah, Rams team total over of whatever it'll be. Likely is one of the plays I'll have. All right, Bucks are going to get another chance to take the lead. There's been 7 lead changes, and if we're being realistic, there's probably going to be at least 3 more by the end of this game. Wind swirling up even more now. Cameron Johnson trying to provide a spark. Kind of does. Gets to the 39. Job well done by KJ. BS83 says, what's wild is it wouldn't surprise me if the defense shows up next week. Potentially. Sean Tucker with the run goes for 1 yard. Giants driving again for the take the lead over the Packers. Second and 9 for Tampa Bay, going empty set, 5 wide. Baker over the middle. Oh my God. Emeka Buka could have got smoked, but looks like he's okay. Holds on to that one, but damn, that could have been.
Yeah, if he was a Mecca, that's rough for this receiver room.
Football 15 years ago, he's getting absolutely popped, but
yeah,
it won't be the case. Third and 1. Let's see what Tampa Bay does. Oh, the one kryptonite for the Bucs to run up the middle. They are able to surpass it.
I was thinking run to it, right? They're going to wrap the middle, get the first down.
Yeah.
Get that chain moving.
Get just enough. Comes Sean Tucker again. Another 2-ish yard run. They've pretty much gone like all hands on deck with Sean Tucker, really ever since that big run. Very pedestrian game for Taz Johnson today. Just 1 catch for 6 yards. We got a pony package. We got a handoff to Sean Tucker. Picks up about 3 or 4. Okay, 3rd and 6. Crucial moment in the game for the Bucs. 25 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Pretty crazy camera angle for a huge moment in the game. What is his camera angle?
Yeah, we can't see anything.
Oh, my goodness. Baker's got to run. Baker sliding, diving, and getting the first down. That was bananas. All right, folks. It is time to put those 4s up. We are going to the 4th quarter. Bucs are down, but they are driving. As Ricky Camacho says, shaking and banking. Stan Glassman says, Baker must be feeling better.
Yeah.
We're going to the 4s. We're going to the 4th quarter, baby. See if the Bucs can get this comeback going. James Butabi showing the 4s. Cody P with a bunch of 4s. Tampa Bay Hammy, Q's 44 with a great game for number 44. Sean Tucker, Black Crow Volume 2, repping a 4. Tampa Bay Hammy also says, let's go, y'all. King Cook with some 4s.
And those type of runs, they wake up Baker Mayfield. They get him going. And I think that's a
Yes, they
perfect
do.
way to end the third quarter and get the fourth quarter started here. This might be a classic cardiac Bucs type game.
Yes,
It's gonna
you are spot on. Spot on.
Diesel Roche, he says he's switching up my fours this week and hopes that the outcome changes. LOL. 4-4-4. Yeah, Stan Glassman gets the team going, not just Baker. Yeah, it does get the whole team going when he gets these types of scrambles. HK45 says Bosa was chasing a squirrel, and that's what D'Amico Ryans called Baker Mayfield, I believe, back in week 2 when they were facing the Houston Texans on Monday Night Football, squirrel, because he just runs around. It's hard to get him down.
Yeah.
There we go. We haven't seen him much the last few weeks at all.
Baker's a squirrely guy.
Mm-hmm.
A squirrely player, I should say. BS83 says, I'll take a cardiac Bucs win. Yeah, because I think it would prove a lot for Tampa Bay that, like, they can still get the job done. Jameis Winston, QB sneaks it. He was in. Touchdown, Giants. They tie it up at 19-19. They will have the extra point, but I think it's very windy at MetLife as well. Jameis. Oh, I love it. He just started dancing too. Oh, he's the best. Love Jameis. Extra point is good. Giants take a 20-19 lead against the Packers. Little end around for Tez Johnson, getting him involved. Devin Culp was in that play as well. James is trying to eat snow. Oh, hilarious.
Mobbing for Christ says Winston starting. It is always must-see TV. Love
It
that.
is. 2nd and 5 for the Bucs. They hand it off with Rachaad White. It's going to be about 2 to 3 yards short. Crucial third down coming up. What do we do? Run it? No, the Bucs are in shotgun.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got a wide open Sean Tucker. He takes it to the house. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. It's a hat trick for Sean Tucker. As my headphone falls out. Wow. Shawnee Tuck's hat trick. What a game for the former Syracuse Orangeman. Comes back to upstate New York and makes a fantastic play. Wow. Wow, wow, wow.
You said it, Matt, the hat trick, 3 TDs, that right there. That's your NFC player of the week on offense, I believe. Unless somebody else has a crazy game. But 2-point conversion here as well.
Yes, this makes sense. Make it a 3-point game versus a 2-point game. Baker throwing for the end zone. I don't think he was in bounds.
No.
Nope. Out of bounds. But the Bucs are winning, and that's important.
I'm going to play there at Sean Tucker and Q's 44, loving it. He says, Tucker, home, baby. Puts a little orange there.
So this one I agree, as Les Evans says, Tucker. This one makes sense to go for it. AJ Constant says 1 for 7 on the year on 2 points. Yeah, that's kind of insane.
All right, here we go. Make sure Ray Davis does not kick off this return.
Yeah,
got to
just
kick
kick
into back the end zone.
Damn ball into the end zone. Man, freaking Jameis. Let's get to, I think there's a couple super chats. Apologies if I missed some. Mates McGee, thanks for the $2 super chat, says Sean Tucker won me $680. That's fantastic. Hell yeah. Great for you, Mates McGee. Congrats. Enjoy the winnings. Kyle Driver, thanks for the $2 super chat, says Tucker RB2 when Bucky comes back. I'm in for it, but I think Rachaad White will still be the third down guy. So we'll see a rotation of all three. And Two Wood Cinco Ocho, thanks for the $1.99 super chat. Very, very true, says Sean Tucker, Saints game 2.0. Yeah, no doubt about it. 3 touchdowns. Playing awesome.
Terrence Montgomery, come on, special teams. You cannot allow the Bills offense to start past midfield again. That'd be insane. It's shaping up to be one of those games that who has the ball last? Kind of like the Seattle Seahawks. Who has the ball last? And who doesn't make a mistake towards the end of the game?
That's how it's looking.
Roth, welcome back. Hope you saw that Sean Tucker touchdown hat trick. Buccaneers take the lead.
Yeah, it was awesome.
And keeps those feet in
How'd he
bounds.
stay in bounds? Holy smokes. Okay. Kick it out of bounds. That'll work too. That has to work. It has to work. It worked. It worked. Oh my God, it worked. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. All right, Bucs defense. Show us something. First and 10 for Buffalo with 13:30 to go in the game. Josh Allen has time. He had 2 wide open receivers. James Cook making Levante David miss. And here we go again. Shall we just fast forward to the part where the Bucs get the ball and they try to take the lead? Castro says, 40 yards off. Thomas Moore says, high school coaches everywhere celebrating that kickoff. First and 10 for Buffalo. Just past the 35. Chris Braswell in the game makes the tackle for loss. Wow, Chris Braswell.
There you go, bro.
By the way, the guy is gifted. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Says, got my mom to turn on the game right now. Fingers crossed. So thank you for the $5 super chat. The guy is gifted was saying this morning on the Pewter pregame show that his mom is a Bills fan because she's from Buffalo, but she doesn't watch the games because when she watches, they lose. He's doing his part to help the Bucs win by having her watch the Bills game. So Thanks for your help. The guy is gifted. 2nd and 10, 12 minutes to go. Allen looking, throws over the middle. It's caught, but quickly tackled by Levante David, setting up a 3rd down. Can the Bucs get off the field? Third and 6. Do the Bucs bring the heat? Do they stay off? Is it a false start? Looks like it's a false start.
That of course helps you out. And Jacob Parrish was showing blitz there. Wonder if they're gonna stick with it or change it up now. 3rd and 11.
Yeah, that helps. An extra 5 yards. They do blitz Winfield. Allen has time, throws. Oh! The ball was hobbled. I thought he stayed in bounds. They're saying no. Bucs get a huge break on the drop.
Wow.
Bowles is being more vocal than I think I've ever seen Todd Bowles. I mean, that's just a sheer lucky break for the Bucs. Yikes. I don't know. Jim.
Oh, that's close, right?
He gets the other foot does come down. I think that's a catch.
That's a catch. You got both feet down.
I think that's a catch.
He drags the second.
I don't know, Jim. They're saying first. What's going on here?
Yeah, I think he caught it.
I think so too. Yeah, they already said 1st and 10. I mean, it's a catch. There's not really much to argue. It's a catch.
It's about the feet there, and he gets that right foot. He secured it.
Yeah. Am I right? Bills at midfield. Allen's got to move. Allen's on the throw. Wide open is Gabe Davis, friend of Little Sasquatch. He beats Morrison, and the Bills are in business.
I would say there's a hold there. Hold on. I would say hold on, Elijah Roberts. Look, he's being held by the right guard, Torrance. But no call. Is his arm fully wrapped around him?
First and 10. Buffalo's in field goal range, so trying to prevent a touchdown. Winfield with a nice pass breakup on Shakir. Mecole Hardman is out for the rest of the game with a calf injury. Chris Braswell's in the game at edge rusher. Oh, what a catch in the Packers-Giants game. Allen's going to step up, throws, hits a wide open Knox. And it's 1st and goal for Buffalo as round and round we go again. What about now? What can Tampa Bay's defense do? Probably nothing. Yep, this is going to be a designed run for Josh Allen. He can walk into the end zone.
Wow. Too easy.
I mean, this is definitely the game of the week if you're an NFL fan and not a Bills or Bucs fan.
Josh Allen calling for 2 here as well.
Yep, that's a touchdown for Buffalo. Crucial 2-point conversion. Oh, man, if this game goes to overtime, forget it. Another open receiver. Bucs get lucky again.
Wow.
Allen missed the throw, but big yikes. Bills take the lead. Mr. King, thanks for the $2 super chat, says, game done. Bucs lose. This defense has no excuses. Well, the game's not done. Because, again, Bucs can score, Bills can score, Bucs can score, game over. Obviously, everything's got to work the right way.
We got 9:06 left. I think we talked about it earlier. This might be one of those games where who has the ball last and who doesn't make a mistake towards the end of the game. Guys, 85, 0 pass rushers.
Nothing.
Kane Cook, Logan Hall is a bust. He's in a contract year, and you would expect him to step up a bit more. Just hasn't shown you enough to re-sign him, unless there's a really team-friendly deal with him. BS 83, best defense is a bad throw. They got lucked out there. Bailed out by an extreme overthrow to the fullback.
Sunshine and Lollipops Cat says, I need to purge myself from fandom. It's torture. Isn't it meant to be fun? Well, when they've scored touchdowns, it's meant to be fun. Justin Newland says, you score 30 points in the NFL, you should win. You probably should.
Yeah.
Key to Villain says, remember, guys, Light loves his draft picks. Mobbing for Christ says, it's 3rd and long. Stop playing soft coverage. I hear you. But then last week, they got burned on the big play. So, I don't know. It's never a right answer with this with this team. It's important to remember as well that Baker's interception did lead to a touchdown for the Bills as well. But, I mean, the Bucs defense hasn't really been able to stop much, if we're being real about it. By the way, a reminder to everybody, we will talk more about this Bucs-Bills game, regardless of the outcome. Once the game is done, it'll be myself and Scott Reynolds. We'll answer super chats. We'll talk about all the big details from this game. Damn, the Jaguars smoked the Chargers today, 35-6. And we still got 9 minutes to go in this game. I mean, anything can happen. See what Cameron Johnson can do on this return. Not much. Gets to a 30. Not horrible, but
I know Baker was sniffing and smelling salts on the sideline. Hopefully not sniffing them too hard because I don't want too many overthrows on this drive here. He needs to be on point. No turnovers, get the ball down the field, convert on third down. You need to score a touchdown in the red zone. No more field goals here.
Bucs start with a handoff to Sean Tucker. Seems like the Bills are getting a little more ready for that, so I think a play action might do some good. I don't think Jason Light's going to get fired.
No.
2nd and 8 for Tampa Bay. Oh, he's got Sean Tucker. I thought Tucker was going to run for like 10 miles, but Bills are able to make the tackle, make it 3rd and short.
Almost deja vu there, but at least get to extremely close to what is going to be about 3rd and 2. Yeah, real close to that first down marker. And no more spamming fire Jason Light. That's not going to happen.
Yeah, If anything, you'll be muted. Not for your opinion on fire Jason Light, but you say it 15 times in a row. Third and 2, big moment. Baker has time, throws over the middle. Threw it with like 15 guys around him. Hot damn.
He had time too. I want to see if anybody else was open, but would have been a difficult catch no matter what for Shepard.
They're going to punt it. Don't love this.
Yeah.
Bucs Basin, thanks for a $2 super chat. Says, can Bowles hire a defensive coordinator? Because this is ridiculous. It has been really bad.
I'm not making excuses for Todd Bowles. He deserves some blame here. But if you don't have a consistent like edge rusher, like a guy who can change a game for you, I'm not saying he has to be a Myles Garrett or an Aiden Hutchinson, but he really has nobody on the edges that can generate consistent pressure the way you would want. Even Hassan Reddick, the $14 million man, when he was in, he wasn't making much of an impact as well.
Right.
That's going to be an issue. You have to find your edge rusher. And until you do that, this isn't going to be a team that could win a Super Bowl, I believe. You gotta have, and remember that Super Bowl year, Super Bowl 55, JPP and Shaq Barrett on the edge, and they really set the tone for that defense.
They were awesome.
Somebody.
I would have gone for it on 4th and 2 if I'm being realistic. I don't trust the Bucs defense. They got to stop right now.
I would say if they score a touchdown here, this is real close to being over.
Yeah.
You gotta make sure they don't drain the clock as well.
And that's not going to help.
Nope. Vita Vea a little bit slow. He's up. Yeah, John Kay says we don't win the first Super Bowl without Simeon Rice. You need edge rush.
Not looking good. Yep, Dawson Knox wide open. Wide open.
You got to force a punt. You got to do it soon. It's too much time. This doesn't go well. Too much time is going to run off.
Yeah.
You're not going to get enough possessions to win if they score a touchdown here. And this is nowhere near the scenario where you start using timeouts. You just got to force a punt here.
I just don't know if they're going to get another stop. I mean, now the only thing they were doing was stopping the run. They're just not doing that anymore.
Yeah.
The
first half, James Cook was averaging 2 yards a run. Now he's awake and he's getting 8 yards of pop here.
Mm-hmm. That's why you never give up on the run, because there's still things you could figure out. Second and 2. Allen's got I mean, he could have just handed the ball to him. This is embarrassing by the Bucs defense.
This defense doesn't want it. They're playing like they don't want the win. And more time goes off the clock here. It's not looking good. Both Tyke Smith and Savasi didn't sell out there, and Cook just slips out, gets another huge explosive reception there.
Woo.
Michael LaRue says this game seems over. If they get the touchdown, it definitely is.
Yeah. The only saving grace I will say is the Bucs have shown that they can create turnovers.
Yeah.
Maybe they can create a turnover. But again, because like Tyke Smith against the Patriots last week.
Mm-hmm. And he presented Josh Brizard and Baker Mayfield with an opportunity to go down the field again and scored, and they didn't capitalize on that turnover.
Yeah. Dude, Tim Ford says, Matt, a little stop. It's over, bro. We literally just saw Tyke Smith record an interception down whatever it was, 5 or whatever, at the end of last game. If the Bucs, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but if they could find a way to do that again, then they just got to go down the field and score.
All right, this here is a good opportunity to get the stop. You get the stop on third down, you force the field goal, comes a 32-40 game. You have 3 timeouts, you go down the field, you got to score a touchdown, and you also have to score the 2-point conversion. You got to get the stop here on third down, though.
Jameis threw a pick in the end zone. The dream is over.
Oh. The Jameis Winston experience.
I mean, they had to score to tie it up. It wasn't like... Actually, let me see the replay. Not the best thrown ball. All right.
They get the
no!
stop.
No, I think they threw a flag for a face mask.
Oh. What a bummer.
Oh, that hurts. He got the side of his helmet. Does that count? I never know what these.
He didn't have to hold on. Antoine Winfield Jr. was going to clean it up if he couldn't get the tackle.
Yeah.
He didn't have to do that.
Just trying to do the right thing. James Cook. I mean, I don't know what you do if you're the Bucs. You almost, I don't know when you start using your timeouts. I guess now. I don't know.
But they're so close to getting the first down again that when you start using these
I know.
timeouts.
Let's get to a couple of super chats. Bucs Mason, we got to about hiring the defense coordinator. Virgin Boys, thanks for the $1.99 super chat, says, we will never win a Super Bowl with Todd as the head coach. I don't know. I get the feeling he might be the fall guy for the eventual Super Bowl winner. But I don't know. I like Todd. The Wolfman, thanks for the $5 super chat. Should have went for the 4th and 2, no brainer. And the 2-point tries are now going to bite you in the ass. 6-4. See you next week, Rams. Bucs Basement, thanks for the $2 super chat. Says, welcome to the Bulls midseason slump, boys. It will be if they lose to the Rams. I don't count as 2 losses in a row. Problem is not just 2 losses in a row. It's they lost to the Lions and then beat the Saints. So we're talking about losing, 3 of their last 4? That's what's most.
And outside the 49ers, well, I guess you could say the Seahawks. They beat the Seahawks, which are a true playoff contender. So
yeah,
I was going to say they haven't beat a true playoff contender yet, but they beat the Seahawks.
Allen on the run, and he just barrels his way into the end zone. That's kind of a microcosm for today's game.
Now, anything can happen, of course, but this game is most likely over now. That was it. The stop on the non-stop on 3rd and 4th, the Jacob Parrish holding penalty or face mask penalty that killed this drive. That's it. And heading in, they needed this win because I think it's going to be extremely hard to beat the Rams next week. It seems like Sean McVay always has Todd Bowles' number. He knows exactly how to beat him. And Matthew Stafford's playing like an MVP quarterback. Puka Nacua, Devontae Adams, we were talking about him earlier.
I mean, just wasted a great Sean Tucker performance. Really a bounce-back game from the offense. It's a shame, really. I mean, maybe we'll get a crazy onside kick, but yeah, and then the 2 missed 2-point conversions. I mean, it's still just kind of make it a 10-point game to 12, but another super chat. 2 Wood, Cinco Ocho. Thank you for the $4.99 super chat. Says, we're a good team, but just no pass rush and bad linebackers. Good enough to win the division, but won't do much in the playoffs. Have to draft pass rushers next year.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's where we're at with the Bucs at the moment. They are a good, solid team. They're above average, but not great by any means. They'll beat the bad teams, but I don't know. They can't hang a ton with the good teams. Like you look at, okay, they beat San Fran, and that was they pretty much only had Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah, that was a banged up. Even Fred Warner went out of that game as well.
Yeah, Fred Warner, Kittle was out, all their receivers. The Seahawks game is the best win of the season.
Mm-hmm.
And you pretty much had to ask the Bucs offense to be perfect, which it was. You can't ask them to be perfect every week. Like Lions, they didn't show up, and they got beat badly. To me, this is like what this defense is doing is shades of what the issues were last season. But last year was like, hey, this guy's out, this guy's out, this guy's out. And like again, they're fine for the division, especially if the Falcons win today. The Bucs will still. The Falcons are up 24-19. The Panthers do have the ball; they could score a touchdown, take the lead, but they don't have any timeouts left, or they have one timeout. I'm not sure. Yeah, they have one timeout. It's a 3rd and 4 though. I guess I can call the Panthers game, the Falcons game too. Bryce Young has time, dumps it off to the running back. Oh, he drops it. Actually, would have had room to run. Anyway, 2:35 to go. Bucs do have 2 timeouts. We got a couple super chats we'll get to as well. Baker looking, nowhere to throw, incomplete. Christopher Oxentine, thank you for the $5 super chat. Says Todd Bowles quit on this team with that punt. He told his team we're not winning today. That to me is the biggest gripe. Why they did not go for it on 4th and 2. when like the whole game had been played in between the 40s. Not going for it there made no sense to me. Jeff Vihanik, thank you for the $1.99 super chat. Says Bowles has been figured out. Defensively, yeah. It's hard to say that that's not the case. Baker's pass is tipped at the line of scrimmage.
It's getting ugly on offense.
Yeah.
And you said they can beat the bad teams, and they seem to go close toe to toe with these good teams, but they just can't. They can't finish the wins. They can't seal the wins. And we talked about the Seattle game. That was a two-side. That was a defense and offense stepping up because you had the interception late in the game by Lavonte David, set up the win. But outside of that Seahawks game, they haven't beat a true playoff, caliber team.
That's true.
And they won't get another test with a playoff caliber team after the Rams. That'll be it. Because you get the Saints, you get
Kate Otten gets in the mix. Yeah.
You get the Saints, you get the Falcons, you get the Panthers, the Dolphins, the Cardinals before.
I snapped to bring Gruden back. That'd be fun. Like, it wouldn't be funny for. Oh my God, the Panthers just scored. Damn it. It wouldn't be funny for Todd Bowles as Baker goes deep down the field. Tez Johnson just completely overthrows him. It would be crazy if like Todd Bowles is the guy that keeps bringing the Bucs to the playoffs, but they can't go far enough, and then they bring John Gruden back again, and he leads the Bucs to the Super Bowl. But anyway, Mr. King says they're 100% missing the playoffs next year. I don't know about that. Richard Taker, thanks for the $1.99 super chat, says, love y'all, but we're going to call Bowles out finally. Yeah, I mean, I think we're pretty honest about Todd Bowles, what he's good at, what he's not good at. Sean D, thanks for the $1.99 super chat, says, got to go for the 4th and 2, no face mask, bad call.
Playing scared isn't going to allow you to win games at times. Bruce Arians had that no risk and no biscuit attitude. If he wasn't calling these games, he would go for a 4th and 2 right there. It's just with the way that the defense has just allowed the Buffalo Bills offense to gain yards and to end up scoring, I would have gone for it definitely there. And who knows if they would have gone, if they got the first down or not, but at least you took the chance. And you gave your team some hope, and you showed that you didn't quit on them. I don't think Todd Bowles necessarily quit on the team, but not going for it, I think it's too soft of a move, and I'm not on board with that one.
RP89, thank you for the $5 super chat. Says, I've stayed away from calling for Bowles' job, but I'm leaning that way now. This defense is a bad joke. Consistently being bad is tough. But they're not going to fire a 6-4 coach. That just doesn't make sense. But it needs to be cleaned up. There's no question about it. Yeah, I don't get why they didn't go for it on the 4th and 2. To me, that's one of the most egregious things of the game. Like, it was clearly such a back and forth type of game. Thomas Moore, thank you for the $9.99 super chat. Says, Daniel, great call. If the defense is not producing, then you have to go for it on 4th and 2.
Yeah, you just keep your offense in the field. You risk it. You get the first down. Maybe you go down the field and score. And just they let the defense get the ball, and the defense dictate the game, and they couldn't close it. They couldn't keep the Buccaneers in this game, and the offense is not doing anything at all right now either. So who knows if they would have got the 4th and 2. But at least you would have given your team the chance to stay alive.
Looks like there's a roughing the passer penalty, so that'll move the Bucs into closer territory.
Ooh, that's a dangerous shot to the lower leg of Baker Mayfield.
Bosa, I believe.
Yep, tons more special teams as well. The coverage unit allowing the Buffalo Bills to
Yeah.
receive the ball at midfield almost every single play. Or every single drive.
Southpod gave us a $5 super chat, so thank you very much for that. 1st and 10 for the Bucs after the penalty. Baker looking, loses the football. It's recovered by the Bills, and that will do it. Tough one. Again, we are going to have a Pewter post-game show. Just a reminder for everyone. Richard Taker, thanks for the $1.99 super chat. Says Bulls defense is soft as baby droppings. Baby poop, if you will. Yep, that's it for the game. By the way, Falcons-Panthers, which they'll probably put on after this, depending on when the game ends. But that game is coming down to the wire. It's 24-19 Falcons over the Panthers. But the Panthers have the ball. It'll be 3rd and goal around the 8. So they'll have 2 more shots at it. Bucs have 2 timeouts, but you're just kind of prolonging the inevitable.
Yeah, that's it. At this point, the only benefit escaping this game will be no major injuries to any starter. That last drive, almost a real ugly hit on Baker Mayfield on that left leg.
The Panthers just scored. God damn it. Oh, man. What a game. That's not good for the Bucs as well, because that will put the Panthers 1 game behind them.
I think they'll create the separation after the Cardinals game, but again, the Rams game, I don't think they're going to win that game, unfortunately. And you have to play the game. Nobody knows who's going to win that game. It's just, to me, with the way the Rams are playing right now, it's just going to be really difficult to beat them with the way this Buccaneers team on offense and on defense are playing. It could be a
Kyle
situation.
Miller, thanks. Kyle Miller, thanks for
Stafford,
$1.99 super chat. Says, I'm tired, Grandpa. Yeah, I'm tired of seeing the same stuff as well. James Cook. Couple yards. Panthers now made a 3-point game. Damn it. Oh, that sucks. Falcons just completely falconed once again. Mecca Buka's Rookie of the Year stats going to be in jeopardy with the game that Tet McMillan had today. So it's not good either. Bucs get the stop on 4th down. Whoop-de-doo, Basil.
A little bit too late.
Yeah. Bills are going to go for it, or at least fake go for it. All right. Let's see if any crazy stuff can happen.
You have no timeouts. You need Cam Johnson to return this all the way back for a touchdown.
Yeah, you need to return it. Now, I will say, Chase McLaughlin had a great onside kick last week against the Patriots. They didn't get it, but it was a good onside kick. Yeah, if you're the Bills, you don't even risk a return. So Baker Mayfield is 16 of 28 for 173 yards, 1 touchdown. He's only sacked 1 time, but he had an interception and lost the fumble. Sean Tucker's going to end up with 19 rushes for 106 yards and 2 touchdowns. He also had 2 catches for 34 yards and a touchdown.
They're going to keep Baker Mayfield on the sideline for this one, put Bridgewater in. To support any injuries.
Teddy B in the game. Makes sense. No need to risk it. Oh, just taking a knee. Okay. All right, well. What? Did he just call timeout? Yo, what?
No, that's disrespectful right there. I would not.
Why is he calling a timeout? Or maybe, I don't know if they're... Maybe Baker was reacting to...
that reaction was, I guess he didn't know that
Teddy going to the game?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right, well, the Bucs are just taking some knees, so we're going to cut this one short. Bucs lose 44-32. They dropped to 6-4 on the season. Felt like another game the Bucs could have had, unfortunately, but they lose 2 in a row and have a huge matchup coming up next weekend on Sunday Night Football against the Rams. So we'll be back for that one next week. Hopefully the Bucs can find a way to win, but we'll have the Pewter post-game show coming up in probably around half an hour or so. So stay tuned to that on Pewter Report TV right here on our YouTube channel. Thanks again to everybody for rocking and rolling with us. Hopefully we'll get a Bucs win again soon. For Daniel Morales, I'm Matt Matera saying thanks everyone for watching. We'll see you soon for another edition of the Pewter Game Day Show. Oh, 1999 Super Chat real quick. Tampa Bay Hammy, thanks for the 1999 Super Chat. Says, I think the fact we were 6-4 with these injuries is insane. Next week, we should get more back. Maybe we do stumble into the playoffs, but a healthy Bucs team isn't a team anyone wants to see. I'll agree with that. I don't know how healthy they're going to be for the postseason. So anyway, for Daniel Morales, I'm Matt Matera saying thanks everyone for watching. We'll see you soon for another Pewter Game Day Show. Peace out.
Out.